How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Back to Dave Walters Stadium on the campus of Homestead High School. Brett Rupp along with Ryan Dellinger just moments ahead of high school football. The Snider Panthers at 5-0 against the Homestead Spartans at 3-2. And the Snider Panthers taking the field. We're on the visitor side, so you'll hear louder cheers from the Snider faithful who've made the trek across town than probably the Homestead fans who are across the way, and a late arriving crowd here on a Friday evening as we look directly into the sun from the East Press Box, looking to the west, and Snider in their road white jerseys with black pants. They've got black numbers, black helmets with a little bit of yellow stripes, and for the Homestead Spartans, they've got special camouflage jerseys that they're wearing with yellow helmets and blue pants, but it's kind of a camo design, which makes it very hard to see the numbers. So it'll be a very interesting night tonight, trying to keep up with exactly who is doing what. But Ryan, of course, the final keys to the game, what you expect tonight between the Snider Panthers and the Homestead Spartans.
Well, first of all, for Homestead, I think they got to get Skoranek and Kreider involved early. They've got to protect their quarterback at all costs because it's a dominating defensive line right now, and they're playing with a lot of confidence, those young guys for Snider. For the Panthers, it's about making the most of every opportunity. Again, they've been very efficient on offense this year, and we've got to see if they can get Matt Kippenhammer involved early, and if their defense plays the way they did last week, it is going to be very difficult for Homestead to come away with the win here at home.
Snider Panthers did win the toss. They deferred to the second half. Homestead will receive. And what wind we have, it was actually gusting pretty good about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Right now it seems to have settled down, and the breeze that we have is coming out of the north, which as we look at the field would be the right to the left. So Snider will have the wind at their back here in the first quarter. Homestead will receive. It will be the Spartans' Drew Kreider and Ben Skoranek that'll go deep to go return this kick. Of course, also Matt Anderson, an athlete, a multi-sport athlete at Homestead. He's had 4 kickoff returns as well this year. So the Spartans are ready to get it. The Snider Panthers special teams yet to take the field, and here come the Panthers. Snider 5-0. Last loss in a year that ended in 1975. Here we are, 40 years later, and they've reeled off about 42 straight wins at least as they look for 6-0 tonight here at Homestead on the turf surface. So the Panthers kick off, and trying to see if it's going to be Buseman doing the kicking. I'm not sure if they've got anything with Trent Morgan, who was doing the kicking last week, but it is going to be Paul Buseman coming out to kick off at the Snider Panthers.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal is at, but we watched them in warm-ups. They both look very good kicking the ball, and I saw them in practice this week. They were hitting some, just launching the ball, doing field goals. But we're ready to go here on the turf field here at Homestead.
It looks like Green is okay here on the sideline, so it's just a coach's decision to have Paul Buseman kick it off and get us underway here at Homestead. The kick in the air, it's a driving kick, and it will be taken by Kreider at the 4. He cuts it to the left, near the numbers, upfield at the 15, and he's wrapped up at the 16. And a good job by Snider special teams to stay in their lane and not allow the speedy Austin Kreider any lanes to break anything.
Yeah, and that's been kind of one of the weak spots for the Panthers thus far this season has been their kickoff coverage. That time, very nice job. See what Homestead can come up with here early.
Drew Kazai, the quarterback. Number 15 will go shotgun with Landon Durnell, the running back. You've got a slot to the right, a slot each side. Wide side is the right side of the field. Ben Skoranek is wide right. Jonah Watson in the slot to the left, and it's Connor Fitzharris in the slot to the right. Wide left is Austin Kreider. Long count, Drop back in the pocket, throw over the middle, and off the hands of Jonah Watson, incomplete. Tried to split the safeties downfield with that slot receiver. The incomplete pass will make it 2nd and 10 from their own 16-yard line.
I think Isaiah Knight and Harrison might have had a hand in on that play, but Homestead taking their time on offense, trying to figure out the defense before they snap the ball.
They've got it on the 17. 2nd down, 10. Calling out the play, no huddle, and you see a lot of this in the Summit Athletic Conference. Kezai is about 5 yards back, man in motion, Fitzharris, right to left. They'll fake the jet sweep. Kezai will keep it, following the right side of the line, and just dive out toward the 19, picking up only 2 yards. No real hold there, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and long for the Homestead Spartans.
Yeah, that was Janori Smith and Drew Brelsford on the tackle there for the Panthers.
Play being signaled in from the Homestead sideline. On a 3rd down and 8 from the 19. They need to get across the 27 for the first down. Spartans have the ball, first drive of the game. Trip receivers to the right. And a drop looking right. Now over the middle. Kezai tucks it, tries to keep it. He is sacked. He ran right into big Zach McDowell in the middle. And there's the sophomores again, Ryan, doing the job we saw them do last week. And it's a quick 3 and out for the Homestead offense.
Yeah, Blackjack McDowell there once again getting good penetration. I think Marcus Green was in there as well. You know, he had time to throw the ball. He just didn't get rid of the ball that time, Brett.
So the loss on the play back to the 16. It will be a sack for Zach McDowell. And now Kezai will step back to almost his goal line to kick the punt away. It's a low kick, not very deep, bounces at the 40. Taking it at the 45, going the wrong way is Turner, or is that Hippenhammer? That's Turner. He grabbed the punt, went back the wrong way. A loss of about 7 or 8 on that return back to his own 46.
Yeah, although he lost yards there, it could have been even worse if he lets that ball bounce anymore. So, you know, they still have great field position starting at their own 46, almost at midfield. See if Snider tries to establish the run early here. We've seen it. Woods has looked very good back there, and Scott has looked great back there. Kind of a slash and dash type guys, thunder and lightning they've got back there.
So the Panthers line up, good field position just outside their own 45, and it is the senior quarterback Isaac Stiebling. Trips to the left, but he'll throw right on a quick hitch to Hippenhammer at the 50. Cuts to the right sideline, 45, and near the 40 there's a flag, and it may be a face mask against the Spartans over on that far sideline.
Well, I can tell you I saw the ball fly out of there.
And I don't see much of anything right now because we're looking almost directly into the sun.
In about 30 minutes we'll be good, and it looks like they're pointing at the Homestead side. This could be an extra, you know, depending on what they call it, either a 5 or 15-yard penalty against the Homestead Spartans. What's
interesting is they are talking to Homestead side and pointing.
Wow.
The face mask is called on Hippenhammer, I believe. He must have gone with a stiff arm and got the hand on the face mask of the defender.
But it was only only of the 5-yard variety, so they've got about, I don't know, 2nd and
yeah, spot 4. Foul, the 5 yards, puts it back at the Homestead 48. So it will be a first down. Let's see, they marked it over to 2nd down. So they'll say it's 2nd down and 4. Drop, give, goes to Woods. Sweep to the left, he gets away from 2 and then runs out of real estate on the near sideline, punched out of bounds near the Homestead 41 or 42 yard line. That's enough for a first down. Money Woods on that sweep, but he was breaking through Homestead tacklers, and that's one thing Homestead's going to have to do is get him on the first wrap and not let him break through arm tackles.
Yeah, absolutely. Last week they could not get the edge against Carroll. Tonight, first time with a first down.
Ball's in the left hash in motion. Malik Bramley left to right. That puts Trips right, and they'll throw the screen quickly to Bramley. 2 blockers in front. And there comes flags, and we're going to have a penalty, I think, against Snider on that lead block. You've got Turner and Hippenhammer in front of Bramley when he caught that ball, and it's a hold against Snider.
I've watched him play so many times, and that has happened to him all the time running that play, where either Hippenhammer or Turner gets caught holding on that because they get their hands outside the guy. As soon as the official sees it, they call it.
Well, it was plenty of yardage on the play. I think he had 8 or 9 yards at least on the play, and then where the penalty occurred, they march off 10 yards. They bring it all the way back to the 47, where it's going to be first down, and we'll call it about 15. Need to get to the 32 for the first. Panthers with the ball, a scoreless game here in the first quarter with 9:30 and a clock running. Draw back in the pocket, Stiebling throwing left, and it's caught by Bramley at the 36, driven back immediately by Taj Curry on a good tackle. But a nice gain for Snider, and now it'll be second down and about 6.
Stiebling threw that ball on time. I mean, he wasn't even out of his break yet, and that ball was airborne.
From the left hash, you've got Stiebling dropping back, looking, and the rush comes as Stiebling unloads it.
Yeah, I don't know if that ball slipped out of his hand or if it got hit by the guy coming from behind, number, I believe, 75. Was right there on him, and that was Drew Erhammer. Was in there that time, and then they had a free safety blitz coming off the opposite side.
Literally cannot see much of anything right now. Got a window that's got a film on it, so I can't see out the window, and the sun's shining in our faces when we try to open the window and look out. Ball's on the left hash, third down 7. Quick drop Stiebling. Over the middle he looks, he'll run. He's being chased, and Hunter Terrell got in there to sack him. The ball comes free out of midfield, and I think the Spartans have forced a huge turnover and get the ball at midfield, and they do. And that was Hunter Terrell, the linebacker who blitzed, and he took down Stiebling, stripped him of the ball, and now the Spartans take over right at the 50-yard line.
Big turnover there for the Homestead Spartans. Stiebling didn't have that ball within his body there, and Hunter Terrell was able to rip that away from him.
So the Spartans get a second possession here in the first quarter with 8:44 on the clock. It's still scoreless. Drew Kazai at quarterback. Single back in the backfield, slot each side, and it'll be the give up the middle to Darnell, and Darnell will take it about a yard, maybe 2, but tough going right up the middle against the Panthers defense. And Drew Brailsford, the middle linebacker, has to come to the sideline. He lost his headgear.
On the tackle.
Still, I like Homestead trying to establish a run early. That's a place you could potentially get a big run up the middle against the Panthers.
They gave Darnell 1 yard, second down and 9 from the Panther 49. Dropping Kazai, throwing, and Skowronek has it, and he's gone. 10-5, touchdown, 49 yards. There's the matchup against the shorter safety who went up. Skowronek went up higher, caught the ball, and there was nobody between him and the goal line. He sprinted it the last 20 yards, untouched. And the Spartans take advantage of a Snider turnover. And with 8:07 remaining in the first quarter, they strike and lead 6-0.
The worst thing for Snider is there was actually really good coverage. Just a better pass.
Got it up there where only Skowronek could go up and catch it. The extra point is up, and it is good. 7-0. Homestead leading it over the Snider Panthers, and that another scoring drive presented by Best Deal Auto Sales. Of course, if you want to score on your next drive, be sure you get your next car, truck, or SUV from any of the Best Deal Auto Sales locations. Best value, best financing, best deal at Best Deal Auto Sales. Homestead leads at 7-0 over the Snider Panthers. This is the high school football game of the week, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
Hey, the winner of that
Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice in Northern Indiana. Just like filling a medication prescription from your doctor, you have the right to choose who provides your physical therapy. And IPT accepts all insurance coverage. IPT is open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and offers same-day appointments. With 14 conveniently located clinics, go to indianapt.com to find a clinic near you. Contact Indiana Physical Therapy to start your therapy today. Celebrating 27 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit indianapt.com.
Now back to high school football, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
Noah Knepper kicked the extra point for the Homestead Spartans. Gives them the 7-0 lead here early against the Snider Panthers. A turnover on Snider, and Homestead took no time, 2 plays to capitalize. The scoring play, a 49-yard touchdown strike from Drew Kazai to Ben Skoranek, and the kickoff goes out of bounds. That'll draw a flag, and now Snider, who often will have them kick it again. We saw them do this last week as Carroll kicked it out of bounds, and the Snider coaches said, move them back 5 yards, make them kick it again. I like my return guys, and I want to see them get a chance.
Yeah, they're banking on you making a mistake here, and we saw Carroll last week kick it twice out of bounds and had to kick from their own 30. So they're going to make them kick it again.
They'll move them back to the 35-yard line, and those dangerous return men for the Snider Panthers. Deep is Mac Hippenhammer. He is flanked by Money Woods and David Turner.
And then you got Bramley, you got Scott, and I believe it's one of the baseball players is out there who's extremely fast.
Yeah, we talked about that last week, that there was one player out of the back 6 that is not part of the normal offense. Alonzo Kinlaw is out there, and that is who Carroll was trying to get it to last week.
Yeah, and they just kept kicking it out of bounds. Well, we'll try it again.
So Nepper will try it again. Here's the kick. He'll punch it high in the air and short. And this one returnable from the 29, Hippenhammer. And he got a seam, and he's free across midfield. 40, 35, drags a tackler inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line. 42 yards on the return for Hippenhammer. And it was just one quick burst on that far sideline, and he almost went by the entire coverage because of the high short kick. Homestead almost outran the kick on their coverage, and Hippenhammer has Snider in business at the Homestead 27-yard line.
And you know, Snider on that first drive was having a hard time blocking the ends. They're dinged up a little bit on the offensive line with Kenny Hurt, who's trying not to play tonight. They're trying to milk him through this with a shoulder injury. Bryson Happ has a shoulder injury, and Zendon Dellinger also with a foot injury. So they're a little bit nicked up on that offensive line.
Steebling at quarterback from the right hash. Play action, quick throw over in the left flat. Caught by Turner. Spins at the 20 and takes it to the 16. An 11-yard gain. They'll give him at least 10, and that'll be enough for a first down. And Turner got a lot of that after the catch.
Yeah, he's an amazing receiver. I mean, I know everybody talks about Austin Mack and Skoranek, and he's right there. I mean, those are all top receivers in the area.
Trip receivers wide right, and a roll to the right for Steebling. He'll fire over the middle. In traffic, ball's caught by Turner. What a catch in between 4 Spartans at about the 5-yard line.
Man, that was a bullet. I mean, he planted that back foot and drove off of it and put it right between 3 defenders right into Turner's hands.
What a play. Steebling to Turner, and Turner was surrounded by the camouflage jerseys. I don't know how the ball got in there, number 1, and number 2, how Turner caught it. But it's first and goal for the Homestead Spartans at the 5. Middle of the field for Steebling. He puts 3 receivers to the left. Single back is Money Woods. And Woods will get the carry. Right side of the line. He takes it toward the end zone, and he's short. Just short. Inside the 1-yard line for Money Woods. It'll be second and goal.
And see if they go to the Wildcat here. They are not. They're going to stay in the pistol formation. Money Woods with a nice inside run behind big Zendon Dellinger that time.
Now the ball's in the right hash, so they split Hippenhammer wide right. Slot left is Turner. He'll go in motion across the formation. Slow down near the tackle, and they'll give to Woods, and he's barely touched. Money Woods, touchdown, Snider. From a yard out, Money Woods splits the gap between his right guard and his right tackle and barely got touched by the Spartan defense. And now Snider an extra point away from tying it up. 6:43 remaining in our first quarter. Paul Buseman on to try to tack on the tying point. The set and the kick. It's good, and we're tied 7-7. Didn't take the Panthers long to answer. A long return of the kick by Hippenhammer set up a short field. Panthers go 27 yards and tie it on a 1-yard Money Woods touchdown run. And another scoring drive presented by Best Deal Auto Sales. If you want to score on your next drive, be sure you choose that car, truck, or SUV from any of the Best Deal Auto Sales locations. It's best value, best financing, best deal at Best Deal Auto Sales. The Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380.
This broadcast is brought to you by Partners First Credit Union. See them for mortgages, home equity loans, great rates on auto loans, and multiple options for your checking and savings accounts. At Partners First, they'll call you by name because you're not just a customer, you're a member. Visit partnersfirstcu.org for more information or stop in any of the local Partners First branch offices. Partners First Federal Credit Union, supporting the community as the presenting sponsor of high school football on ESPN 1380.
Welcome to Friday Night Football, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
Panthers tie it up 7-7 with the Homestead Spartans. 6:43 remaining in our first quarter with Ryan Dellinger. I am Brett Rump. Bryce Vance in our ESPN 1380 studios as our studio engineer tonight. And now Paul Buseman is on to kick again for the Snider Panthers. Here's the boot. It is high, hanging, and taken at the 1. Right at the middle of the field. Nice gap. 25, 30, still on his feet. And taken far sideline out of bounds near the 36-yard line. And I don't know if that was Kreider. Trying to see who returned that one for the Homestead Spartans. Hard to catch the numbers. They've got the camouflage jerseys, but it looked like an area where you'd often find Austin Kreider in position. But it's a good return. We'll give him 36 on the return out to the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 for Homestead. A tie game, 7-7. Spartans and the Snider Panthers. Kazai, quarterback, man in motion, left to right. Fake the handoff. Kazai, the keeper, and Snider stayed at home and took Kazai down after a short gain. Maybe a yard out to the 38. 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, I think they're trying to run that inside stuff to pull those linebackers up for the Panthers so they can work over the middle of the field. Last week we anticipated a shootout and got a defensive battle. Maybe tonight's the night we get the shootout.
Austin France, 6'4", 210-pound sophomore linebacker, shot the gap to take down Kazai. Play action, throw, caught by Watson at the 43, and he gets across the 45 to the 46.
Kazai's pass completed to Jonah
That'll be an
Watson.
8-yard gain and close to a first down. They'll sit it actually almost to the 47.
Wow, that's very close.
Very good spot, and it is a first down for the Homestead Spartans. They'll move the chains.
First down for Homestead.
At their own 47-yard line, the chains are moving. 5:48 left here in the first quarter, a 7-7 score. Ball's on the left hash for Drew Kazai, the Homestead quarterback. Single back in the backfield is Landon Durnell. Play action, drop, pump fake, and now Kazai tucks. He's going to try to run it toward the left side. He strips away from a couple of would-be tacklers and takes it for good yardage into Snider territory near the 45-yard line. He picked up about 8 yards on that.
Yeah, a couple Panthers had him in the backfield there, and he was just able to squirt away. Snider has changed up a little bit. Now they're putting safety over the top of Skronik, which is probably a really good idea. I see Mac Hippenhammer getting some treatment over here by the athletic trainers.
Drop in the pocket. Kazai looks. Middle screen dumped off. And quickly, it's Austin France there for Snider.
That's first down.
But it's enough for a first down at the 42. Kreider with the catch. Really hard to see those numbers as we hit twilight here in the southwest side of town, but you can see a little bit now that the sun's behind the other bleachers, but the numbers are very difficult. In motion, Watson, right to left, fake it to him. Kazai looks for hole up the middle. He's got it. He's inside the 35 and puts the shoulders down and pounds to the 30. That is going to be about a 12-yard gain by Kazai and another first down. They'll give him almost the 29-yard line.
Omar Panzik on the tackle.
13 yards on that carry for Kazai, who has rushed for 280 yards through the first 5 games, 4.4 yards per carry average. for the Homestead quarterback. He'll throw a quick little slant to Kreider, who makes the catch and immediately goes down at the 21. But a short, safe pass. They cleared the slot receiver, and then Kreider kind of came across on a slant behind him, and nice little dump off by Kazai. And now you've got the ball sitting down near the 21-yard line.
And I think I saw Dom Scott run out there, the running back.
2nd down and 2 from the left hash. The give to the running back, and he's pulled down at the 20.
Landon Darnell, the ball carrier.
And it was Dom Scott was on the tackle that time, the running back for the Panthers.
Yeah, he's in at middle linebacker for Brailsford, I believe, or is it for France?
3rd and about 1.
We came in for number 16, Demarius Ridley. That's who I saw run out. But
he's in Austin. Well, France is in there, I think, at a safety maybe. Have to keep an eye on who's where. No, France isn't at safety. Snider moving people around. Kazai, a quarterback keeper, to get enough for a 1st down, and that's a 1st down for Homestead at the 19-yard line. Try to sort out some of the players that are out there. I'll tell you, my eyes are starting to hurt looking at these Homestead jerseys.
Yeah, they're
with the camouflage and then the thin numbers, especially in the twilight where the lights haven't really taken full effect, but it's hard to tell these numbers for Homestead. This should be banned when they have a radio game.
Yeah.
Here's a fake up the middle, and then Kazai keeper sprinting it to the wide side right, and he finally gets chased out of bounds. And I think they're putting it at about the 14-yard line, maybe the 13.
Yeah, I think you're right. Those uniforms still aren't as bad as those Wayne ones we had to decipher a few years ago. Those, I don't know what you call them, the rainbow ones with the gold, with the silver lettering. Impossible.
Ball is on the right hash for the Homestead Spartans. It's 2nd down and 4 from the 13. Quick throw to the right, and it's caught by Skoranek, and then he fumbled, but there's Homestead to jump on it.
No, they're calling it incomplete.
No, they're waving it off incomplete. Boy, and you know what? We were out here against Bishop Dwenger. Skoranek did the same thing. Made a catch on that slant and then fumbled it, and that time it was inside the 5-yard line.
Well, you know, you can do about anything from this down and distance. 3rd and about 4 to go here. They can run the pass option here. Homestead can.
Be interesting to see what they do if they come up short. Sitting down near the 13 right now. Drop from the pocket. Here comes the blitz, and he throws it over the middle. He's got Skoranek on a crossing route at the 5, touchdown. They cleared the left side of the field, and then Skoranek on a crossing route going right to left. When he made the catch, there were no Panthers between him and the far pylon. Touchdown Homestead. They have retaken the lead.
Yeah, they cleared that all out for him. You know, a little bit of ball fake there, and that middle was wide open.
3:17 remaining in the first quarter, 13-7. And now a chance to add the extra point. Nepper boots it up, and it is good. 14-7. Skoranek, 2 touchdowns. And the Spartans lead it over the Snider Panthers. Another scoring drive presented by Best Deal Auto Sales. If you want to score on your next drive, be sure to choose your car, truck, or SUV from any of the Best Deal Auto Sales locations. Best value, best financing, best deal at Best Deal Auto Sales. 14-7 Homestead, 3:17 to play in the first quarter. This is the high school football game of the week presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
Before or after the game or anytime, Pizza Hut invites you to come in and enjoy a large, hot-from-the-oven pizza with your choice of crust and toppings beginning at $11. Or have you tried Pizza Hut's award-winning Wing Street Wings? Available in 3 styles and 8 great flavors from mild to hot, Wing Street Wings are crowd pleasers. Run exclusive deals and savings. Become a Hut lover by signing up at pizzahut.com. With dine-in, carry-out, or delivery, order America's favorite pizza and award-winning Wing Street Wings at Pizza Hut. The perfect post-game destination is your convenient hometown Pizza Hut.
It's high school football presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
Very high kick, and the return out to about the 35-yard line, 34 maybe, and That was just one of those where they punch it real high in the air and get the coverage there quickly. The last time what happened was the coverage ran down and Hippenhammer came up, caught it on the run, and went right past him and got a nice return down to the Homestead 27. This time Homestead was there waiting, and the return only about 3 yards or so to the 34-yard line, where it's 1st and 10 Snider, but they trail 14-7 to the Homestead Spartans.
I almost saw Bramley was going to fair catch that. He was looking around like, do I catch this, let somebody else get it, or what?
Coverage was coming quickly, closing in. Isaac Stiebling will go shotgun. It's Dominic Scott who takes over as the tailback in the backfield. Turner the slot to the wide side left, and Stiebling, not sure about something, is going to burn a timeout.
One official had actually thrown the flag.
Stiebling called the timeout as the play clock expired. And so they'll come to the near sideline to talk about it. We'll take a break. You're listening to the High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
When you're looking for a new home, seek the counsel of a friend who knows the housing market better than a running back knows touchdowns. Lee Prescott and Northeastern Group Realty can provide valuable information that is important to your family, like a detailed summary of area schools, nearby amenities, and market analysis. Call or text Lee Prescott at 260-385-9883 and let him score the home you've always wanted. Lee Prescott and Northeastern Group Realty, changing the way Northeastern Indiana views real estate with real knowledge, proven experience, and professional quality service.
We're back to the field, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
Snider the ball. They trail 14-7. Last 3 minutes of our first quarter. The handoff up the middle. Dominic Scott takes it near the 35. A short gain. Might have only gotten a yard or two. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Snider Panthers.
Yeah, they'll probably try to establish a run with Scott. He's a pretty powerful runner in there, but Homestead's looked good on defense tonight.
Hippenhammer wide left. They've got 2 slots tucked between him and the interior line, and here's a handoff up the middle. Again, Scott gets hit at the line of scrimmage and bullies forward to around the 37. Gain of only 2. That'll be 2nd down or 3rd down now and 7 for the Snider Panthers.
You know, one thing last week they didn't really use was their tight end. See if they try to get him a little more involved in the passing game tonight.
He will line up to the left side of the interior line. It is a single back, 2 receivers right, a drop for Stiebling, looking over the middle, now throws it right side, and there is Haft. He catches at the 40, puts the shoulders down, and bullies across the 45 to about the 47. You know, and that's a 1st down for the Snider Panthers. And we'll move the chains.
Yeah, you know, he could be a big weapon here in the second half because everybody knows those other 3 guys, and he's the odd guy out, and he's open most of the time. And, you know, if you don't get pressure on Stiebling, he will pick you apart.
Almost the safety valve on that route, and with a minute 45 and the clock running here in the first quarter, Panthers 1st and 10 from the 48. And there's a nice breakaway run up the middle by Dominic Scott. He'll take it all the way to the Spartans' 41, picking up 11 yards and another 1st down.
Had a big hole there on the left side. I think you and I could have ran through that hole, Brett. But once again, Snider very quickly right back up to the line, ready to go.
Ball's on the left hash. Snider the ball at the Homestead 46. Stiebling 5 yards back in a shotgun. Right behind him is Dominic Scott, the running back. Play action. Stiebling from the pocket. Fires over the middle and caught! Bramley! Crossing route 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Panthers! Almost a decoy play where Turner curled over the middle of the field. It looked like Stiebling had thrown it behind Turner, but crossing about 2 yards further downfield was Bramley. He caught it on the run, and he took it all the way to the far pylon. Touchdown, Panthers, and now the extra point could tie it up with 1:20 remaining in our opening quarter. Paul Buseman set to kick it. The set, the kick, and we're tied. 14 apiece with 1:20 still to play in our first quarter. Another scoring drive presented by Best Deal Auto Sales. If you want to score on your next drive, choose a car, truck, or SUV from any of the Best Deal Auto Sales locations. Best value, best financing, best deal at Best Deal Auto Sales. the Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380.
When an injury knocks you out of the game, call Parkview Sports Medicine. Whether you're an aspiring pro or a recreational athlete, our team of orthopedic surgeons, physical therapists, and athletic trainers will provide you with rapid access to comprehensive care and sport-specific rehabilitation. Parkview Sports Medicine will get you back to the action quickly and safely because the game just isn't the same without you. Call Parkview Sports Medicine today at 260-266-4007 and make our team of expert physicians your dream team. We'll get you back in the game.
Welcome to Friday Night Football, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
Homestead has led it twice. Snider has tied it twice. We're tied 14 apiece here at Dave Walters Stadium at Homestead High School. 1 minute, 20 seconds to play in the first quarter, and Snider will kick off. Here's Buseman with the kick. High kick, fairly deep. It'll be taken at the 4, up the middle of the field, the 15. And what coverage by the Panthers down at the 15-yard line. And I think was that Brelsford who got in there?
No, that was Andrew Stroud.
That was Stroud, number 40. He's that fullback we've seen in the goal line formation.
Guess
for
what?
Snider.
He's only a sophomore.
Wow, another big sophomore with a big hit. They'll give him forward progress outside the 16-yard line. Homestead starts 1st and 10. Tied up 14 apiece, 1:16 left first quarter. There's a give and the sweep. Watson got a nice block, 25-30. Spins away from another and finally pulled down by the jersey at about the 37. Dom Slaughter was the last Panther that had a chance at him, and all he could pull down was a little bit of that camouflage jersey to get Watson down after almost a 20-yard pickup.
Yeah, good way to get out of your own area back there. Now we're just about under a minute.
4 receivers. Man in motion is Fitzharris, and they will give it to Fitzharris on the sweep. Right to left, takes the far sideline and runs it out of bounds after picking up about 9 yards to the 46.
That's very close again, isn't it?
About a yard short of the first. It's 2nd down and 1. 59.5 seconds left, and the clock stops after Fitzharris took that sweep out of bounds on the Homestead sideline right across the field. Homestead going left to right as we look at the field from the east press box. Now they put Watson in motion, left to right, and they'll give it to Watson. Blockers in front, but sneaking up behind and dragging down Watson on a good tackle was Jordan Gorman. It's a short gain, but it's enough for a first down. 49-yard line, first down Homestead. 53.4 seconds remaining in our opening quarter.
Carroll's looked impressive with that. A lot of that motion that they're using, and they're getting inside the defensive ends, wherein the middle linebackers are outside and getting caught.
Man in motion, Fitzharris, and this time they'll fake it to him. Kazai, the keeper, he gets hit at midfield and falls into Snider territory at the 49. Lawrence Johnson popped him, and Kazai a little limping getting up.
Yeah,
in fact, a lot of limping.
A lot of limping.
Yeah.
And
he's been over and down. Kazai hurt on the carry. They give him the 48, which is a 3-yard gain, but Kazai is down. They stop the clock with 16.6 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And we may see the Homestead backup, Garrett Drysdale, who is a senior. Kazai just a junior, but the way Kazai went down looked like his knee was buckling up and he couldn't put weight on it. So he is on the turf. The training staff out to look at the Homestead quarterback. A 14-14 game with 16.6 seconds remaining in the first quarter. We'll take a break. We'll return in a moment. This is the Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380.
For 16 years, Northeast Indiana finds the best deals on quality previously owned vehicles at Best Deal Auto Sales. Reliable vehicles offered at or below wholesale prices. The selection is great and the deals are even better at any of the Best Deal Auto Sales for Northeast Indiana locations. Best value, best financing, best deal at Best Deal Auto Sales. Best Deal Auto Sales. BestDealAutoSalesOnline.com.
Let's send it back to the field. Presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
So Homestead makes a change at quarterback. And I'm trying to see who's out there. I believe it is Garrett Drysdale, number 6, the senior, who comes in for Kazai. And actually, they let the clock run out to end the quarter. So they didn't even have to run a play. So the quarter ends, and we're tied after the first frame, 14-14. The Snider Panthers and the Homestead Spartans checking a couple of various scores. One of importance in the SAC. Lures and Carroll tied 0-0 after 1 quarter of play. We'll take a break. We'll come back. It's the high school football game of the week on ESPN Radio 1380.
This broadcast is brought to you by Partners First Credit Union. See them for mortgages, home equity loans, great rates on auto loans, and multiple options for your checking and savings accounts. At Partners First, they'll call you by name because you're not just a customer, you're a member. Visit partnersfirstcu.org for more information or stop in any of the local Partners First branch offices. Partners First Federal Credit Union, supporting the community as the presenting sponsor of high school football on ESPN 1380.
And now, your Compact Chevrolet starting lineup. Silverado, the benchmark of full-size pickups. Stronger, smarter, and more capable than ever. Impala, delivering refinement and efficiency in a full-size sedan for 50 years. Compact helps you get the most out of every gallon with the groundbreaking Cruise Eco, delivering 42 miles per gallon. The starting lineup from Compact Chevrolet. 930 East in New Haven, celebrating 34 years of helping the Fort Wayne area find new roads. Online at CompactChevy.com.
It's high school football, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
Dave Walters Stadium tonight for high school football with Ryan Dellinger. I am Brett Rump. Our studio engineer is Bryce Vance. After 1 quarter of play, shootout out here at Homestead as the Spartans and the Panthers are tied 14 apiece. And here comes Homestead on the field at the Snider 48. They have 2nd down and 7. Starting quarterback Drew Kazai out, Garrett Drysdale's in, and there's the handoff to the running back. Following the right side of the line, up the field, inside the Snider 40, down close to the, they'll get in the 40, and that's enough for a first down, an 8-yard gain. And I keep trying to see as Homestead has Durnell, a running back.
But I saw the quarterback go off the field, Drysdale, take his helmet off.
Kazai's back on.
Is he?
Yeah, Kazai is back on at quarterback.
Yeah, he is. I didn't even see him run out on the field.
He was hobbled, but that's a good sign for Homestead. Drew Kazai back out there, and on the sweep, there's Watson. And good defense that time by Austin France, collaring him up high and throwing him down to the turf at the 40. Almost no gain.
It's good to see Kazai back out there. He was having a good first quarter. Speaking of injuries, we did have one in another game. Noah Wazinski was hurt out at the Lures Carroll game tonight.
Could be a big injury. He's had a tough season, and of course he had the foot injury with the broken bone in his foot, and now a knee injury. Watson in motion, left to right, play action. Kazai from the pocket looks to throw. Now he'll dump it off to the right sideline. Watson the catch. Flags fly in the backfield. Probably a hold, but Watson a good gain. Gets inside the 30 to the 29. It'll be enough for a first down if it holds, but hold the key word because that's a penalty against Homestead. It's coming back.
Yeah, I saw that. It was right. It was basically right in front of the official. He couldn't miss it. In fact, 2 officials didn't miss that one.
Flags came from 2 directions at about the same spot on the field, laying at the 43. That's where they'll march 10 yards off against Homestead, and this is going to end up being about a 13-yard penalty because the hold took place 3 yards deep in the backfield. 10:53 remaining in our second quarter, tied at 14. Homestead the ball. Spartans led 7-0. Snider tied it quickly. Spartans then led 14-7, and Snider again answered to tie it. Now Homestead with the football. It's 2nd down from their own 47-yard line. It's not 10. They've got 10 on the board, but
it's more like 20.
It's 13-23. 2nd and 23. Roll to the left. Kazai looks to throw. Throws near sideline and almost intercepted.
I think Janori Brown there actually tipped it, or Slaughter would have had himself an interception, probably off to the races.
Dom Slaughter the defender came over, and it was too high for Watson, and Slaughter dove and almost had that ball right in his hands. So it will be a 3rd down and long, 3rd and 23. Homestead from their own 47. The ball's on the right hash.
And see if they run that play that they ran that scored the touchdown earlier where Skowronek just came straight across the middle.
Skowronek is wide right. Slot each side. Drop Kazai. Looking, throwing. And again, that was too high for Skowronek. Panthers had him covered well, and it'll be incomplete. 4th down and 23, and the punting unit will come on for the Homestead Spartans.
Well, I haven't seen any unit come out.
Well, they don't have a lot of changes because Kazai, the quarterback, is the punter.
And they're going to go for it.
Well,
at least that's what it looks like.
It's what it looks like.
Watch the pooch.
I would guess he's going to pooch it. It's the best way to avoid the long return with the dangerous Snider return man, and there it is. He'll pooch it, and Snyder's got no one back.
And that ball's carried.
Yeah, and it really carried, and it's going to bounce its way into the end zone. Snider will get it on their own 20. Following the 53-yard punt by Kazai. That's his season long. His longest boot up to that point was 42 yards. And he did carry it most of the 53 yards. So Snider in a tie game, 14 all, 10:22 remaining second quarter, sends out the offense to start at the 20-yard line. Again, Isaac Stiebling, the quarterback. Stiebling is 6'4", 190, heading to Eastern Michigan to play D1 football. I don't think what Eastern Michigan's mascot is.
Good question.
They're green, but I don't remember the mascot. Stiebling stands at his own 15, 5 yards deep in the backfield with Money Woods, the tailback. Turner, the slot to the right, wide right Bramley, wide left by himself is Hippenhammer, and the throw to Hippenhammer. A 5-yard hitch. He catches it at the 25, turns inside, and gets tackled at the 28. 8 yards on the play. Stiebling to Hippenhammer. 2nd down 2 for the Panthers. Now you switch up the formation, and Money Woods plays a wide out right. The backfield empty. You put Bramley in the slot right. Hippenhammer wide left with Turner in the slot left. Empty backfield. Man in motion is Turner, left to right, and they'll give it to Turner. Sweeping it. And did he get hit?
Number 29.
Oh! What a hit, and it's a... Wells just came up and blasted Turner coming up from the safety position.
And not just that, he came across the field and got him.
Got him at the 28-yard line. He never had a chance to turn the edge. Wow, what a big-time collision. Ball at the right hash. Now it's going to be a 3rd down and 2.
Wildcat offense.
Yep, and Hippenhammer in to take the snap. He'll fake the handoff, keep it, and get enough for a 1st down. Tripped up as he crosses the 30. They'll give him the 32. 4-yard gain for Hippenhammer. He only needed 2, and the chains move. A 1st down Snider at their own 32-yard line.
Snider actually having a good time running behind both of their tackles out there. So see if they continue. They're going to stay in the Wildcat here. Interesting.
Clock will run under 9 minutes here in the second quarter. A tie game, 14-14. Snider the ball at their own 32, 1st and 10. And Hippenhammer will take the snap. And he'll keep it, follow the left side of the line, and here comes Homestead. Wow, what a job up front by the Spartans, and leading the way was Drew Erhammer, I believe, number 75.
I believe they gave credit to R.J. Carpenter.
Carpenter in there, and
a sophomore.
A couple of linemen. You notice there's a lot of youth in the Homestead defense. A lot of sophomores. In a couple of years, there'll be quite a class around the SAC. A lot of talented sophomores in the area. Now it's Stiebling dropping back, lofting it, a fly down the sideline, man-to-man. Bramley the catch at the 40. Pulled down almost immediately by Taj Curry, but man-to-man, and Stiebling just lobbed it deep down the sideline, and Bramley ran to it. They'll give him the 37-yard line.
That's a heck of a throw because the wind is going right into his face right now.
That is a 33-yard pickup. 1st down Snider in Homestead territory. They give him the 37-yard line, and from the right hash, Bramley in motion, right to left. They'll give to the tailback, right up the middle, Money Woods. He follows the right guard inside the 35 to to the 33. 4 yards for Money Woods, who has averaged over 5 yards a carry so far this year.
Yeah, I saw him running up that time, and he gave the coaches the muscle sign, like I want the ball, and they certainly gave it to him that time.
2nd down 6 at the 33. Snider the ball, tie game. Panthers looking to get their first lead tonight. And they give it again to Woods, and he bounces through a hole. 25, 20, still on his feet. 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Money Woods did it all himself, and the Snider Panthers lead. 7:21 remaining in the second quarter, and what a run by Money Woods.
Wow.
33 yards.
Is there a more electrifying runner in the SAC than Money Woods?
Just kept bouncing off tacklers and wouldn't go down, just refused, and that must be what that muscle sign is, Ryan.
I told you.
Coaches knew. Give it to him. It's like Superman. Extra point is up. It's good. Another scoring drive presented by Best Deal Auto Sales. If you want to score on your next drive, choose your car, truck, or SUV from any of the Best Deal Auto Sales locations. Best value, best financing, best deal at Best Deal Auto Sales. It's the Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380.
And now, your Crumback Chevrolet starting lineup. Silverado, the benchmark of full-size pickups. Stronger, smarter, and more capable than ever. Impala, delivering refinement and efficiency in a full-size sedan for 50 years. Crumback helps you get the most out of every gallon with the groundbreaking Cruise Eco, delivering 42 miles per gallon. The starting lineup from Crumback Chevrolet. 930 Eastern New Haven, celebrating 44 years of helping the Fort Wayne area find new roads. Online at CrumbackChevy.com.
Now back to high school football, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
An electric 33-yard touchdown run by Money Woods has the Snider Panthers with their first lead of the game, 21-14. 7 minutes, 21 seconds left in the second quarter. Now Snider to kick off. Paul Buseman boots it. Shanks it over toward the far left sideline, out of bounds at the 10, and that will be a decision for the Homestead Spartans to take it out at the 35.
I don't know if they're going to do that.
Or move Snider back 5.
They are. And there were a couple undefeated teams in the area coming in tonight. One of them was Leo. They gave up another chance to Belmont, scored again. It's 17-7 Belmont. So one of those teams is
only 4 unbeatens. You got 1 losing, and of course Leo trying to make up for the loss of their quarterback. Yes. And then you've got Lures, who's only lost 1 time this year, and that was without their quarterback, Noah Wazensky, and now he's out of the game against Carroll, injured.
But they've scored. They're up 6-0.
So Lures did take the lead.
Austin Mack scored a touchdown.
Well, we talked about how dangerous he is. Here's the kick. It will be re-kicked by Snider. Taken by Kreider, 25-30, 35, and pushed backwards. Yeah, I don't know if he made it to the 35. He was heading that way. I think they'll get him about the 37, but pretty good coverage by the Panthers. And after Homestead's decision was to have Snider re-kick it, they did get a couple of yards out of it. Well, no, they put him at the 32.
So
that's the 32. So, yeah, they would have had it at the 35. Well, no, wait a minute. Got one official on this side.
Yeah, they're confused too.
Yeah, one's at the 32, one's at 37. Now they're going to bring it out to the 37. So it was a couple of yards picked up in that decision by Homestead.
That was a tackle by Taj Starks for the Panthers. A good tackle.
From the right hash, the Homestead Spartans down for the first time, 21-14. Kazai will give it to Durnell. Takes it around the right end, up the field, across the 40 to the 43, maybe the 44. That's a quick burst for about 7 yards.
You know, the Homestead line is getting a good push tonight on all the running plays.
You know, Durnell takes it almost on a semi-sweep to the right, but when he gets going north and south, he gets yards in a hurry. Second down, we'll call it 2, almost to the 45. And they'll give it to Durnell coming left, and he Gets around the edge. There's a flag, and that's probably going to be a hold on Homestead as Durnell gets first down yardage to midfield.
Well, it's either going to be a hold or a block in the back. They got it on Janori. Actually, Janori Brown was either held or blocked in the back by the Homestead tight end or maybe even a slot receiver.
So now the officials discuss it. And they're going to move them back. It would have been a first down run at midfield, so they'll move them back after a 2nd and 2. Now they'll march off the penalty back to the 36-yard line. And it's going to be about 2nd down and 11. From the left hash, Drew Kazai, the Spartans quarterback. He'll put Watson in a slot near side left. Here's a drop. Kazai looks, and they will throw to Kreider. A little bit of a bubble screen on that wideout, and Kreider almost gets nothing to about the 42, maybe the 43.
Demarius Ridley had that ball well read for the Panthers there. But once again, you know, that they've been in rhythm. Homestead has been tonight, almost all night on their passing plays. So see what if Snider dials up some pressure here or goes back in their zone.
3rd down long. We'll call it 3rd and 10 from the 37. Spartans looking for the 47 for the first. Kazai drop throw over the middle. He had Kreider, but threw it too far in front of him. Incomplete. 4th down and 10. They're on their own 37-yard line. Can't imagine they're going to go for it here. Last time they kept the offense on the field, and then Pooch punted it, and it was a 53-yard boot by Drew Kazai. Hippenhammer's not going to be fooled this time. He's already heading down deep. Try to get in punt return position.
Kazai's got it. Well, I would say they're definitely in a punt formation.
Be interesting if they throw a wrinkle and go for it here. But Kazai drops, and yep, he'll Pooch punt it for about 7 yards behind his center. It bounces at the 20. Big Homestead bounce. It's inside the 5, and it makes it to the end zone. So he had a 53-yarder last time, and now he knocks one 63 yards. And his longest coming in to tonight, I think, was 42 yards.
Well, he's broke that.
Yeah, his average is going to be all conference by the time he's done if he keeps kicking with this wind at his back. And
he's only kicking from 7 yards away from the center.
Yeah, maybe that's the key.
Yes.
Instead of having the 15-yard snap, just get up there about 6-7 yards behind your center and quick kick it.
Interesting. One of the running backs is way out there on the far side. Dom Scott.
5:37 remaining in our first half. 21-14, Snider the lead and the ball. Quick drop on a hitch. Malik Bramley catch the 26. He gets away from one near sideline, crosses the 35, knocked out at the 39. 19 yards. Malik Bramley with the catch, and Stiebling has so many weapons. They can isolate a number of different receivers. When you get them in man-to-man coverage, Stiebling can take advantage. That time it was just a simple hitch route. The corner came up, Bramley broke away. He's a big receiver, and he took it for 19 yards. First down, Snider. Bramley in motion, right to left. They'll fake it to him, and Stiebling a keeper. He's got room, 45, 50, and the last man back takes him down as he gets into Homestead territory near the 45 or 46.
Wow, and you know they're doing this with no running back there at all. You know what? Stieblin's just reading it. If a guy's way off, he just looks at him. They know to go 2 or 3 yards, and the ball's going to be on target.
15 yards for Stiebling on the carry. A 19-yard pass play, a 15-yard run, and Snider has it first and 10 at the 46, and there's a neutral zone infraction that's going to be called against Homestead, and 5 more marched off against Homestead. And Panthers with a touchdown lead, 21-14. 5:09 to work with here in the second quarter. They've got first down and 5, and the ball sits at the Homestead 41. Shotgun for Stiebling. Slot is Turner to the right. They'll give the sweep to the tailback Scott. He'll bring it to the right, get inside the 40, and then push back at the 39. 2-yard pickup for Dominic Scott. Good defense that time by Homestead. They had 2 or 3 tacklers there, including Jack Northquist.
was really good. He came from the other side of the formation there, the defense, and just read that perfectly and just kept coming down the line, and stopped him from getting a first down.
4.5 minutes, clock running, second quarter. Snider leading 21-14. Second down and 3. Roll out to the left. Stabling. He keeps rolling, and finally they come up and hit him hard.
And he lost about 5 yards.
Yeah, and he ends up losing yardage. It'll end up a sack. Trying to see on that far side who the corner was that came up. I think Moses Gerardo came up and made the hit on Stiebling. Wouldn't let him turn the corner, and Stiebling gets taken down back at the 42.5. Third down and about 7 to go. Panthers have the ball in Homestead territory at the Spartans 42.5. Drop back Stiebling, going deep. Got Bramley at the 5. Bramley dropped it, didn't hang on.
Wow, he was wide open.
Had Bramley a step or two behind 2 defenders.
And they're going to punt.
He ends up going to the turf, couldn't hang on, incomplete, and on 4th down and 7, Snider sends out the punt unit, protecting a 7-point lead, 21-14, 3:39 left here in the first half. Paul Buseman will set up the punt, and I'm not sure. Trent Morgan, who generally punts and does the kickoffs, Buseman usually kicks the extra points, field goals, but Buseman's out there to punt now, so I'm not sure if Morgan is hurt. There's the snap. It's a high one. Buseman brings it down nicely and then punches it, bounces at the 20. Gets down to about the 11, where it will be downed to about a 30-yard kick and no return. Homestead starts. They'll say it actually hit a Spartan near the 14, so it'll be 1st and 10, or hit a Panther at the 14. So it's 1st and 10 for Homestead with 3:32 left in the half at their own 14-yard line.
Panthers, that was a promising drive to start with, and then they just kind of shot themselves in the foot there. Drop pass and getting sacked takes you right out of good position.
And Bramley did have the defense beat. Just couldn't hang on inside the 5. Here's the handoff to the running back. Durnell hit hard, and there's Brailsford filling the hole and taking down Durnell at about the 13. No gain. Might have even lost a half a yard.
Yeah, I think that was Lawrence Johnson in there too. You know, Will Johnson, his brother's not playing tonight, so they're trying to get some reps out of some other players.
Kazai shotgun, the ball near the middle of the field, looks right and fires, and it's caught by Skowronek. He crosses the 20 to about the 24. 11-yard gain on that quick strike. Nothing too fancy, just a quick little slant in route by Skowronek. They'll sit it on the 25, give him a very good spot, and that's a first down.
Interesting that official never walks all the way up to the ball to see if it's actually over the line. He stand back about 3 yards and has made 3 first down calls. You must be relying on the guy that right here on the side.
Homestead a first down. Clock goes under 3 minutes here in the second quarter. Spartans are down 21-17. Man in motion across formation right to left. Kazai play action, drops, pump fakes. Here comes the rush. He has to roll to the left, and then he just dumps it at the feet of Durnell to avoid the sack. Brailsford was chasing him through the backfield, but an incomplete pass. Second down and 10. The clock will stop with 2:38 left on the second quarter clock.
Well,
now we've got a late flag. A little jawing between Skowronek and one of the Snider defenders, and a late flag comes flying in.
Maybe that's
see which way they call it.
I didn't see. Did you see that back there? When
didn't see what happened. I saw the 2 players walking away from each other, and I saw the flag fly in, but not actually any altercation.
Well, could they have thought there was an intentional grounding? And maybe that's what they
Well, they took the flag off. They took the flag off. You know, sometimes what happens, these players that know each other so well, you know, they joke around, maybe give each other a little bit of an extra bump or something. An official reacts seeing something happening, and maybe that happened. I don't know. We didn't see it. But I know Skowronek pretty well known with a number of the Snider players.
Yeah.
So they've worked out together plenty in the offseason. Now Skowronek switches sides, comes all the way out here wide left where he's matched up against Dom Slaughter. See if he gets over the top help. Kazai drops, looks this way, throws it over the middle instead, and it's caught sliding down Kreider at the 37. And now is that enough? That's a first down.
Yeah, they moved those sticks quick.
Sit it at the 36, 1st and 10, 2:34 left in the half.
Interesting, Snider's going to a 3-4 defense.
Again, they're trying to find ways to isolate Skoranek. He's got both Spartans touchdowns in this first half. Shotgun, Kazai looks right, throws, Skoranek, come back at the 40, makes the catch, but he's wrapped up by Slaughter and he can't escape as he's spun out of bounds near the 41.
Yeah, but wisely he got out of bounds.
Yeah, he worked for it too. They'll sit it at the 42. That'll be a 6-yard pickup. 2nd down and 4 for the Homestead Spartans, and the clock stops at 2:18.
This is big for Homestead because Snider gets the ball to start the second half.
The wind is at the back of the Homestead Spartans as they go north to south here in the second quarter.
Well, Skronek's just a nightmare of a matchup for the Panthers.
Drop Kazai. Dumps a short screen over the middle, caught by Kreider. He's got some blocking, but he gets wrapped up as he crosses the field at about the 49, maybe the 48, but that's a first down. That's still enough for a first down.
Yeah, it was a good play.
But it didn't get out of bounds, so as soon as they move the chains, they're going to restart the clock at 2:09.
But they ran a ton of plays in just about 10 seconds.
Trying to get the play call in quickly, and the trip receivers come wide side left. They're at their own 48-yard line. Spartans down by 7. Kazai gets the shotgun snap, looks left, wide receiver screen, caught on the bubble by Kreider, and he gets into Snider territory, but not much more. At the 49, he's wrapped up by Slaughter and by Darius Ridley. That's a 3-yard gain, 2nd down 7. Clock keeps running at 1:40.
Yeah, that was a good play by Kazai. He saw the blitz and just threw it right where the guy had just came from.
Looks like Snider's trying to line up man-to-man with maybe a safety or two over the top. And here's Kazai, fakes the handoff, runs to the near sideline, puts the shoulder down at the 45 and goes out at the 44. Now he will be short of a first down by about a yard and a half, maybe 2 yards at the Snider 44-yard line. The clock did stop at 1:23.
And he's got the wind at his back, so he could take a shot deep.
And yeah, they could throw it pretty deep. In fact, the wind, if you look at the flag at this end of the field, it's twisting. There's Kazai up the middle, inside the 40 to the 39, but he's in the middle of the field, so the clock keeps running. They'll stop it to move the chains on the first down at the Snider 39-yard line. It says 1:17 remains before halftime. 21-14. Snider leads Homestead on a drive. Drew Kazai. Now he's taking time calling out the play. The clock's running. Single back, slot each side. Drop Kazai, quick step drop, and he throws on a slant. Skoranek, 25-20, and Skoranek takes tacklers down near the 16-yard line.
Yeah, I think he audible to that play. That's the play they ran for the touchdown.
23 yards.
And now they're in business.
Only throws it about 5 yards downfield. Just a quick slant to get it in the hands of Skoranek, but at 6'4", over 200 pounds, Skoranek's so big that he can take the smaller defensive backs with him for a ride. Shotgun, Kazai looks left, throws, picked off at the 10. And here goes Janari Brown, midfield, got one man back. It's Kazai, and he'll knock him out of bounds at the 32.
So Kazai throws an interception, gets blasted, and then crushes Janari Brown.
58-yard return on the pick. Janari Brown jumped the route, and with 37 seconds, the Panthers can totally turn this game around. And Ryan, this is what Homestead's had as their nemesis this year.
And this is what Snider has done to teams right before halftime. We saw him score with 0.9 seconds a few weeks ago. So, you know, the big turnaround here, big momentum shift for the Panthers.
32-yard line of Homestead. Snider takes over with 37.4 seconds.
And they'll be throwing the ball.
And they've got two timeouts. They'll dump a short screen. Caught by Woods. He avoids one, avoids two, and spins inside the 30 to the 29. He caught the ball in the backfield and really had to work just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Ends up picking up about 3 yards, 4 yards maybe on that play.
quick timeout.
And yeah, it's a quick timeout. That's their second timeout. So they'll only have one timeout remaining with 25.7 seconds. Now the question is, how far can Buseman kick it into the wind?
Well, we saw him in warm-ups. He was booming them.
He's been kicking it deep. Right now I'm doing some math. They're at the 24. It would be 31. There'd be a 41-yard, or correction. They're at the 29. So a snap would put it back to the 36, which would be a 46-yard attempt.
I would venture to say they're going to look for Bramley. They haven't really thrown the ball to Hippenhammer tonight either.
Bramley alone wide right. It's the short side of the field. Turner will line up in a slot to the left. Hippenhammer wide left. Of course, Bramley's 6'3". Hippenhammer is over 6 foot, so they've got size in the receiving core as well. Roll to the left for Stiebling. Here comes the rush. Stiebling tries to escape. He did get away from Terrell. Now he's free, throws it, and it's incomplete, but he burned about 11 seconds, and it's 14.8 seconds left. It'll be third down. Boy, did Stiebling do a nice job of escaping that rush by the blitzing linebacker, Hunter Terrell. Of course, the younger brother of Zach Terrell.
Who's not having too bad of a season at Western Michigan.
Not bad at all. Trying to see, are they playing Ohio State? I saw Ohio State plays WMU tomorrow, and I wasn't sure if that's Western Michigan or someone else.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Shotgun for Stiebling. He drops, looking left the whole way, throws left on a little short out route, trying to get it to Bryson Half, the tight end, and it was too high. It's incomplete.
You're talking about one of the big playmakers in Northeast Indiana. How about Austin Mack on a 99-yard kickoff return?
Oh, yeah. You keep questioning some of these guys that get chances. It's interesting. Carroll last week wouldn't kick it to Snider deep.
Not once.
No, and they kicked it to Austin Mack and paid the price.
And Carroll was up 7-6 at that point.
Probably had just taken the lead.
Exactly.
Probably why they were kicking. 11 seconds left. Fourth down for Snider. Drop. Stiebling. Met in the pocket. He breaks away to the right. 30, 25, and he slips out of bounds. Did he get the first down? 5.4 seconds, and I think he got past the yard to gain and then stepped out of bounds. And it is a first down. Snider keeps possession. They got 5.4 seconds. It's the field goal unit coming out.
And this is he's at the 21-yard line.
It's going to be a 37-yard attempt, I think, maybe even 38. Yep, 38-yard attempt. They'll sit it at the 28 on the near hash. Paul Buseman on to try to kick it. And Homestead will take a timeout. Try to ice the kicker. Buseman is kicking it into a little bit of a breeze. Not as much as we saw earlier tonight, but a timeout Homestead. 21-14, Snider the lead. Homestead was moving the football. Got all the way down close to the red zone, and Drew Kazai's pass intercepted on the run by Janari Brown, who just basically jumped the route.
He did.
If he wasn't a 6'1", 195-pound linebacker and maybe more a 5'8", 155-pound safety, he might have taken that for a pick six, but it was a sprint down the field, and Kazai, the last man back, who knocked him out. But I think it was a 60-some yard return on that interception for Janari Brown. And now Snider trying to turn it into points. Could be really a 10-point swing if Homestead would have scored versus Snider getting points. So here it is, a 38-yard attempt from the right hash. Paul Buseman will try it. It's down. The kick is up. That's got plenty of leg and is good for Buseman. 38 yards. Paul Buseman puts Snider up 24-14. This is the Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380.
This is the sound of E. coli splashing around in raw hamburger juice on your cutting board. And it looks like Mom just put the tomatoes and onions on there too. Don't let E. coli mosh with your food. An estimated 3,000 Americans die from a foodborne illness each year. So always separate raw meat from vegetables on 2 cutting boards. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
We're back to the field, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
Snider with another scoring drive from Best Deal Auto Sales. If you want to score on your next drive, pick out your car, truck, or SUV from any of the Best Deal Auto Sales locations. Best value, best financing, best deal at Best Deal Auto Sales. Well, what Homestead has had as their nemesis all year long, the mistakes in the red zone, and that Drew Kazai interception returned a long way by Snider's Janari Brown, and then Snider gets a 38-yard field goal by Paul Buseman. Still 1.2 seconds left, and a squib kick taken at the 28, immediately wrapped up, put down at the 29, and the clock runs to zeros. That'll be halftime. And you've got to be kicking yourself if you're Homestead. You had a chance maybe to tie it up late in the half, and the turnover gave Snider now a 2-score lead. And Ryan, you mentioned it, how important that was, because Snider's also going to get the second half kickoff. They could really put some distance between themselves and the Spartans here to start the second half.
Especially these last two drives. I mean, give some credit to Homestead. I know Snider had a chance there to have a big lead going in here, but the drop pass right at the one by Bramley, and then not being able to get anything going on offense once they got it at the 38-yard line of them. But Snider, man, if they can get a quick touchdown coming out of halftime, they're going to be in good business the rest of the way, because they just plain have weapons everywhere.
24-14, the Snider lead, as Snider looks to improve to 6-0, and even Homestead's record at 3-3. And the interesting part about Homestead is on the road this year, they're 3-0. They come into tonight 0-2 at home.
Yeah, it's very weird. You know, we saw that out of Snider a few years ago. They lost at home a couple times and won everything on the road, so it can be done. You know, the turf is just a different animal. You know, you're fast when you're on it, but likewise, the other team's very fast as well.
Yeah, it's a very quick game, and of course, beautiful weather tonight.
Oh,
you can't complain at all. A little bit of a breeze that does affect teams that are heading toward the north, because the wind is coming out of the north. But we just saw Paul Buseman could kick a 38-yard field goal into that wind. So it can't be too bad right down there on the field. Snider leads it 24-14 over Homestead. Coming up here at the half, we're going to review our first half scoring with Ryan Dellinger, and then we also will be sending it back to the studio where Bryce Vance will give us a rundown of various scores of games, and of course there's some big ones going on. Carroll Lures, an exciting one in the SAC, and also a possible upset. Some would consider it an upset. The Belmont Braves giving Leo their best shot in the Northeast 8. We'll get a rundown of all the area scores here coming up in just a few minutes. But for now, we're going to take a break. We'll come back here, and Ryan Dellinger will run down our first half scoring. The Snider Panthers are leading it over the Homestead Spartans 24-14, and this is your Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380.
The Snider High School Athletic Booster Club is a non-profit organization run by parents and volunteers to support all IHSAA sports at Snider High School by promoting spirit, raising funds, and providing volunteers. Their funds are raised through membership, spirit wear, concessions, and fundraising. All Booster Club proceeds are dispersed exclusively to the Snider High School Athletic Department. They would like to thank their members and business partners, Canterbury Green Golf Course, All Brights Meats, Jack Laurie Flooring, Subway, and Trelleborg Ceiling Solutions for their continued commitment to the Snider Athletic Boosters.
This broadcast is brought to you by Partners First Credit Union. See them for mortgages, home equity loans, great rates on auto loans, and multiple options for your checking and savings accounts. At Partners First, they'll call you by name because you're not just a customer, you're a member. Visit partnersfirstcu.org for more information or stop in any of the local Partners First branch offices. Partners First Federal Credit Union, supporting the community as the presenting sponsor of high school football on ESPN 1380.
When the time comes to choose a physical therapist, choose Mallers and Swoverland. After surgery, a sports-related injury, an accident, or for the rehabilitation from a medical condition. If you need physical therapy, tell your doctor your choice is Mallers and Swoverland. They address the problem, not just the symptoms. From issues like neck and back pain to workers' comp, they fully understand the importance of a proper recovery and rehabilitation of sports-related injuries. Mallers and Swoverland Orthopedic Physical Therapy. Your choice for results. Get more info by visiting msoptherapy.com. PizzaHut.com.
Before or after the game or anytime, Pizza Hut invites you to come in and enjoy a large, hot-from-the-oven pizza with your choice of crust and toppings beginning at $11. Or have you tried Pizza Hut's award-winning Wing Street Wings? Available in 3 styles and 8 great flavors from mild to hot, Wing Street Wings are crowd pleasers. Run exclusive deals and savings, become a Hut lover by signing up at PizzaHut.com. With dine-in, carry-out, or delivery, order America's favorite pizza and award-winning Wing Street Wings at Pizza Hut. The perfect post-game destination is your convenient hometown Pizza Hut.
Let's send it back to the field. Presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
And welcome back to Homestead High School, where the Snider Panthers lead the Homestead Spartans 24-14. What an exciting first half we had. We're going to give you a quick score update here, and then we're going to send it back to the studio with Bryce Vance. He's going to give you all the scores from around the area. But the scoring here goes as follows. It was Homestead on the board right away at 8:07 in the first quarter when Drew Kazai hit Ben Skoranek on a 49-yard touchdown pass. That capped a 50-yard drive, and the PAT was good, and the Spartans were ahead 7-0. Then it was Snider right back at the 6:43 mark when Money Woods ran it in from 1 yard out to cap a 26-yard drive. The PAT was good, and we were all tied up at 7. And then at the 3:17 mark of the first quarter, it was Homestead once again, and it was that combination again of Drew Kazai to Ben Skoranek on a 14-yard touchdown pass. Just a quick slant right over the middle, and he broke a couple tackles and was in the end zone. That capped a 63-yard drive. The point after attempt was good, and the score 14-7 Homestead. And then Snider scores 3 times at the first quarter at the 1:20 mark. It was Stiebling to Bramley for 41 yards. That capped a 66-yard drive. The extra point was good, and we were all tied back up at 14 as we headed into the second quarter. Then at the 7:21 mark of the second quarter, Snider was on the board again, a 33-yard TD by Money Woods, an electrifying run where he went right, cut back to the left, and was off to the races, and that capped an 80-yard drive for the Panthers. The PAT was good, and it was 21-14 Snider. And then just before halftime, with 1.2 seconds, Paul Buseman kicks a 38-yard field goal for Snider. That capped a 33-yard drive, which was set up by Janori Brown's red zone interception of Drew Kazai, where he turned it all the way back down the field, and Buseman from 38 yards out. And that gave Snider the score, the halftime score of 24-14 as we head into the second half here, where Snider will get first possession in the second half. So stick around here for Bryce Vance back at the studios. He's going to have all your scores from around the area, and come right back for that. You are listening to high school football presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
This broadcast is brought to you by Partners First Credit Union. See them for mortgages, home equity loans, great rates on auto loans, and multiple options for your checking and savings accounts. At Partners First, they'll call you by name because you're not just a customer, you're a member. Visit partnersfirstcu.org for more information or stop in any of the local Partners First branch offices. Partners First Federal Credit Union, supporting the community as the presenting sponsor of high school football on ESPN 1380.
And now, your Quarterback Chevrolet starting lineup. Silverado, the benchmark of full-size pickups. Stronger, smarter, and more capable than ever. Impala, delivering refinement and efficiency in a full-size sedan for 50 years. Quarterback lets you get the most out of every gallon with the groundbreaking Cruise Eco, delivering 42 miles per gallon. The starting lineup from Quarterback Chevrolet. 930 East of New Haven, celebrating 34 years of helping the Front Lane area find new roads. Online at QuarterbackChevy.com.
Indiana Physical Therapy, your choice in Northern Indiana. Suffering from chronic pain? Choose IPT for your physical therapy. IPT is a cost-effective therapy provider offering the highest credentialed and most reputable staff in the area. With 14 locations open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. with same-day scheduling. You have the right to choose who provides your physical therapy and athletic rehabilitation, and IPT accepts all insurance coverage. Contact IPT today. Indiana Physical Therapy, celebrating 27 years in business. Call 260-209-2464 or visit indianapt.com.
This broadcast is brought to you by Partners First Credit Union. See them for mortgages, home equity loans, great rates on auto loans, and multiple options for your checking and savings accounts. At Partners First, they'll They'll call you by name because you're not just a customer, you're a member. Visit partnersfirstcu.org for more information or stop in any of the local Partners First branch offices. Partners First Federal Credit Union, supporting the community as the presenting sponsor of high school football on ESPN 1380.
It's high school football, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
And welcome into the ESPN Radio 1380 studios. I am Bryce Vance, the studio engineer for tonight's matchup of Snider and Homestead. We'll get you back out to Homestead after a quick scoring update from around the area. Starting off with Southside and Dwenger. Dwenger up 34-0 over Southside Archers right now. Lures and at Carroll, Austin Mack with a 99-yard kickoff return for Lures late in the first half to put them up 12-7. Northside leading at 21-6 over Northrop at halftime. And Belmont is up over Leo 17-7 right now at halftime. Concordia leading 28-6 over the Wayne Generals. Over in New Haven, they have a 14-point lead over the Columbia City Eagles, 14-0. DeKalb up 20-0 over Huntington North. East Snowball putting it all over Norwell right now, 42-0, having a couple late scores there in the second quarter over Norwell, 42-0. Over in Woodland, 21-0 over Jay County at halftime right now. A battle of Adams County. South Adams down 27 points to Adams Central, 27-0 at halftime right now. Southern Wells leading Bluffton Tigers 21-14. Moving to the NECC, Angola down 11 points, 31-20 to the Fairfield Falcons. Up in LaGrange, the Lakeland Lakers hold a 1-point advantage over the Central Noble Cougars, 14-13. Eastside putting it all over Prairie Heights, who continues to struggle this season. Eastside is up 34-0 at halftime. Busco Eagles up 22-0 over the Fremont Eagles. Over on 106.7 FM with Shane Albarani, Garrett is up 16-12 over West Noble. Over in Wawasee, Wawasee is down 20-22 to Plymouth. And up in Goshen, they are down 21-7 to Warsaw. Let's update you one more time on the Fort Wayne schools. Again, Dwenger up 34-0 over Southside. Carroll down 7-12 to Lures. Northside up 21-6 over Northrop. And the Wayne Generals down to Concordia Cadets 28-6. Leo is down 10 points to Belmont 17-7 at halftime. And New Haven up over Columbia City 14-0 right now. Those are the scores from around the area. After a quick timeout, we'll get you back out to Homestead with Brent Rump and Ryan Dellinger. This has been a halftime update from ESPN Radio 1380.
For 16 years, Northeast Indiana finds the best deals on quality previously owned vehicles at Best Deal Auto Sales. Reliable vehicles offered at or below wholesale prices. The selection is great and the deals are even better at any of the Best Deal Auto Sales 4 Northeast Indiana locations. Best value, best financing, best deal at Best Deal Auto Sales. Best Deal Auto Sales. BestDealAutoSalesOnline.com.
It's challenging when you're trying to find an auto mechanic that will correctly diagnose the problem, repair it properly, and charge you a price that doesn't leave you counting the days to your next paycheck. Cruzy Automotive Service treats your car like they treat their family's cars, and they've been trusted by Northeast Indiana customers since 1971. For scheduled maintenance or repairs, visit Jim Cruzy at Cruzy Automotive Service on Lima Road just north of Wallen. Call 489-1089 or find them online at cruzyautomotivein.net.
This is a guided meditation on parenting. Take this time to breathe deeply and close your eyes. Right now, you're completely in control. Unlike the time you and your son played basketball and you attempted to slam dunk, or when you tried removing those raccoons from the basement. Concentrate on the soothing sound of my voice. Release the memory of when you wrestled with that beehive in your son's treehouse. Let go of the time you thought that skunk was a cat, or when you pulled into the garage with your son's bike on top of the car. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Now back to high school football, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
And we welcome you back to Homestead High School, Dave Walters Stadium with Ryan Dellinger. I am Brett Rump, and our halftime score has the Snider Panthers leading it over the Homestead Spartans 24-14. Homestead has to bounce back. They had a chance to tie up the score late in the first half. They were driving with the football and got it down close in that red zone area, Ryan. And then Drew Kazai threw an interception. Janari Brown, a big return, got it into Homestead territory, and Snider capitalized. Like good teams do, they turned that turnover into points, finished off the half with a 38-yard field goal by Paul Buseman. And so what could have been a tie game at halftime becomes a 10-point lead for Snider. Homestead's got to bounce back from that.
They do, and Snider thus far has not had a team play a full 4 quarters against them because they've been able to blow them out in the third quarter and wear them down. And Homestead has looked really efficient on offense. That one turnover is huge, but I think if they continue to do what they did in the first half, they will stay in the game, but they have to get a stop early against these Panthers. If they go down another touchdown here and they're down 17 and they got to become one-dimensional, it'll be very difficult for the Spartans to come back.
And Snider will be getting the second half kickoff when we get set to get this one underway. Again, our halftime score has the Snider Panthers leading it over the Homestead Spartans 24-14. We'll take a break. Our second half kickoff will be on the other side. It is the Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380.
Hi, Charlie Momper here from Momper Insulation. It's never too late to add insulation. You'll be amazed at the results when our Momper professionals retrofit your walls and attics with high-quality insulation. When we're finished, you'll stay warmer and hopefully save money on your heating bills as well. Momper, #1 name in insulation since 1956. Call today at 432-7543.
This broadcast is brought to you by Partners First Credit Union. See them for mortgages, home equity loans, great rates on auto loans, and multiple options for your checking and savings accounts. At Partners First, they'll call you by name because you're not just a customer, you're a member. Visit partnersfirstcu.org for more information or stop in any of the local Partners First branch offices. Partners First Federal Credit Union, supporting the community as the presenting sponsor of high school football on ESPN 1380.
Hey America, we are your pets, and this song's dedicated to those people who don't have health insurance yet.
Enroll, we say, we want you to be okay. Enroll, we say, take care of people for goodness sake. There's a plan for every budget, so don't accept defeat. Now you can get covered and still buy me treats.
Enroll! So listen to me, a talking pug, you see. If you get health insurance, preventive care is now free.
So sweet. You take care of your pets. Now it's their turn to take care of you. Visit getcoveredamerica.org to learn about your health insurance options. That's getcoveredamerica.org.
And take care, people!
Brought to you by Get Covered America and the Ad Council.
Welcome to Friday Night Football, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
With our studio engineer, Bryce Vance, I am Brett Rump, Ryan Dellinger. Sitting in the East Press Box at Dave Walters Stadium on the campus of Homestead High School at halftime. Snider leads it over Homestead 24-14. It could be a fun post-game show out at the Pizza Hut at Coventry tonight. Come on out and join us. Dean Jackson, the voice of the high school scoreboard, will be there, the official scoreboard operator. And I'll be along. We'll have all of your scores, updates, coaches' interviews up until 11 o'clock. And right now there's some kind of exciting scores going on. Garrett is getting a battle with West Noble, a winless team playing a team that many consider to be a favorite in the NECC. You've also got Carroll and Lures battling it out. And, of course, Leo, after wins over New Haven and East Noble, you got to be careful with high school kids. Sometimes doesn't matter what you do to charge them up, they get comfortable with themselves. And Belmont came into town and looking for their 5th straight win, and Belmont's kind of putting it to Leo.
Not so much, my friend.
Oh, has that changed?
Yes. Tyler Hessinger runs a 20-yarder for Leo. Now they trail 17-14 with 7:37 left in the third quarter. Amazing what Twitter can do for you.
And it's also amazing that Leo, against that Belmont defense, you don't want to be in a 10-point hole. Belmont has played very well defensively. In fact, both those teams, Leo and Belmont, are the top 2 teams in the entire Northeast Indiana area in points allowed going into that game tonight. So it's one of those games where you don't want to fall behind because defenses are good in that. It's not like the SAC, and nothing against the defenses in the SAC. I don't mean to get in a Twitter war here, but you look at the points for and the points against for the SAC conference, and they just don't compare to a lot of the other conferences. These are high-scoring games. There's a lot of very potent offenses. And to be honest, there's a few suspect defenses. We saw that Wayne team give up 62. Southside has struggled defensively. Northrop, Jason Dorfler, the coach, will tell you they're a work in progress defensively, and they've given up a lot of points. Tonight, I know they're playing Northside.
Speaking of that game, they might as well listen to us because the lights went out at the stadium out at Spooler.
Well, that is one way for Northrop to play defense.
That's right.
They figured it out. We bring them into our house, and we'll turn the lights out on them. So we're getting set for our second half kickoff. It'll be Homestead kicking it into the wind. So Snider will have the wind at their back here in the third quarter and a 24-14 lead.
You think they'll kick it deep this time or go for that kick over by Bramley?
They've been kicking short little high punches over toward the left side. Almost heard Let's Hear It for the Boy by Denise Williams from the movie Footloose.
That's exactly what it was.
Going retro. I was about to turn it up, and then they cut the music. So Homestead getting set to kick off.
That was a pretty good throw by that official.
Yeah, sent it all the way across the field because Homestead's going to tee it off on the near hash, and he threw it from the far sideline.
A bullet.
So to kick for Homestead, they changed kickers. Chase Gott has been doing the kicking the last couple of times we were out here. Now it's Noah Nepper, a sophomore kicker. And again, there's that high pop in the air, taking it to 24, looking for space on the far sideline across the 30, 35, and knocked out of bounds close to the 40-yard line, a 16-yard return. That's a good one by Hippenhammer.
Yeah, he just waited for all the blockers to get out in front of him and then just waited for a hole to open up, and he was able to squeak through there.
Thing is, if you're a special teams coach, you've seen that now about 4 times, so you pretty much know where they're going to kick it, how they're going to kick it, and you almost can set up a plan for the return.
And I think that's exactly what they did. They said, Pooch, everybody move up and just let Hippenhammer catch the ball here. All right, let's see what the Homestead's going to draw up on defense and see if Snider continues to try to throw the ball to Bramley, who's just abused Tosh Curry tonight.
From the 39, Snider starts the second half with the football, and it'll be Isaac Stiebling at quarterback. Money Woods, the lone back. Wide left, Bramley. Turner, the slot to the right. Wide right is Hippenhammer. There's the shotgun. A quick throw to the right side. Caught on the sideline by Hippenhammer. And he dances out to the 49 for a 10-yard gain, and that'll be close to a first down.
I think they're giving it to him, too.
I think they'll give it to him without even a measurement.
Yeah, pretty.
Well, let's see. I saw 2 officials signal. Now, yes, they will move the chains. First down for the Snider Panthers, a 10-yard pickup. And that's just pitch and catch. That's Stiebling looking out there, seeing a big cushion with the corner for Hippenhammer, and Stiebling just zipped it out to him and let him run down the sideline.
Yeah, he motioned.
This time he looks left, and they'll throw a little out and up route, and it's deflected off the hands of Curry, and then Bramley had a chance for it, and he mishandles it on the near sideline and complete.
Not normally do both guys have an opportunity to get an interception and reception, but that's exactly what happened.
And was right in the hands of both of them.
Yeah, and see if they go back to that play because that slot receiver right there, both guys went to cover Bramley, which I don't blame them. The slot receiver was wide open for the Panthers on that, but a good play that time by Tosh Curry.
Curry out here man-to-man all alone against Bramley near sideline, which is the wide side of the field. Now he'll get over the top help. Stiebling, play action, fakes the handoff to Woods, keeps it behind the right side of the line. He'll get into Homestead territory, down to about the 46. 6-yard gain Forrest Ebling brings up a 3rd down and 5.
You know, we haven't really seen the Panthers work over the middle of the field all that much. I think Homestead's just taken that out of them, playing a 4-3 defense tonight.
11:15 on the clock in the 3rd quarter. Snider leading at 24-14. Ball's on the right hash, 3rd and 5 from the 46. And he looks right on a slant. Bramley makes the catch at the 41 and then overpowers a tackler, Matt Anderson, to get down to about the 39.5. That's a 1st down and a nice play on that quick slant to Bramley.
Yeah, Matt Anderson with a sure-handed tackle right there. I mean, that was just a bang-bang play again by the Panthers.
They'll sit it right on Homestead's 40. Snider with the football, trying to build on a 10-point lead. And now Hippenhammer goes into the backfield. He'll go shotgun as the quarterback. Long count. Hippenhammer will look on the read option, and he'll give it to Woods. Sweep to the right. Woods breaks away from a tackler at the 40. He's inside the 35, down to the 32. Boy, that was a
long, drawn-out play.
An option, read option for Hippenhammer. He put it in the belly of Woods and almost kept running with Woods to the right, waiting for a reaction, I guess, from the defensive end. Finally let Woods take off with it, and Woods ends up picking up about 7 yards.
And Stiebling says, I'm coming back here.
Yeah, 2nd down, 3. From the right hash, Stiebling, play action, throws near side. It's high, but Turner goes up to catch it at the 29.
Wow.
And again, I know what you're seeing, Ryan, is Turner in the slot, little comeback route. Bramley took off downfield, and both defenders came up on Turner, and Bramley was all alone down near the goal line.
It looked like maybe Stiebling turned the wrong way on that play, didn't
Yeah.
he? Because the running back was to his other side.
Yeah, the play action didn't sell anybody because there wasn't a running back there. Here's Stiebling giving to the running back this time. Woods pounds it to the 25. Just a quick blast up the middle for almost 5 yards.
Yeah, he followed
2nd down and 5.
He followed the blocks of Dellinger and their big tight end Bryson Half. That's that's 6'7" and 6'5" coming right at you.
They'll give him a 4-yard pickup, 2nd and 6 at the 25 of Homestead. Under center, Stiebling gives to the tailback Woods. He again follows the right side of that line and takes it close to the 22. It'll be 3 yards, and it'll be a 3rd down and about 3 to go for Snider.
I'm seeing a lot of hand signals by Stiebling, so I don't know if he's signaling to the running backs, or I know I saw him give one to Bramley on that very first pass that he threw other way over to the other guy, Hippenhammer. So here we go.
Going with a power formation. They've got the fullback and the tailback and the power eye. Get to Woods. Woods up the middle. Little dance step at the 10. The 5. Touchdown. Money Woods does it again. His 2nd touchdown of the game. From 22 yards out, Woods has put Snider up 30-14.
What another unbelievable move. He can stop and start.
Oh, shake and bake.
Quick.
You know, the only other player I've seen with that kind of stop, shake, and bake and go is Barry Sanders. Very similar to that.
You're very right on that.
Very similar to that kind of style, that stop and go kind of style that happens so fast. Here's the extra point. It's up, and it's good. Bushman drills it through. Snider's extended the lead to 31-14 with 8:57 remaining in the 3rd quarter. And another scoring drive presented by Best Deal Auto Sales. If you want to score on your next drive, choose a car, truck, or SUV from any of the Best Deal Auto Sales locations. Best value, best financing, best deal at Best Deal Auto Sales. Snider up 31-14 over Homestead. It's the Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380.
And now, your Cromback Chevrolet starting lineup. Silverado, the benchmark of full-size pickups. Stronger, smarter, and more capable than ever. Impala, delivering refinement and efficiency in a full-size sedan for 50 years. Cromback helps you get the most out of every gallon with the groundbreaking Cruise Eco, delivering 42 miles per gallon. The starting lineup from Cromback Chevrolet. 930 East of New Haven, celebrating 34 years of helping the Front Lane area find new roads. Online at CrombackChevy.com.
It's high school football presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
Snider set to kick off, and to do the booting, it is Trent Morgan. So we finally do see Morgan, and he drills it 2 yards deep in the end zone. That'll be a touchback. Well, Morgan didn't play in the first half, and sometimes when you see somebody who has not played at all in the first half and they come out and kick one that well, you assume their leg isn't injured. So probably one of those issues with disciplinary actions. So Morgan comes in and gets an impressive kick to start Homestead 1st and 10 from their 20. That quarterback for the Homestead Spartans, it's Drew Kazai. He has Landon Durnell as the lone back. Slot receiver right, and it'll be a give. Durnell sweeping it to the left. He can't get around the edge, and he's taken down for a loss.
Demarius Ridley out there once again, stringing it out and getting another tackle.
Put him back at the 17. Loss of 3 for Durnell. 2nd down and 13. Of course, the Snider fans, you can hear them in the background. Of course, some questions about student activity in the student section last week, but the students have shown up in pretty good force out here at Homestead. Shotgun snap, a low one. Kazai handles. He drops in the pocket and a lot of time. He unloads deep, and a sliding attempt at midfield out of the reach of Kreider, I believe, and it's incomplete. That was Austin Kreider he tried to go to, but Kazai showed some arm strength on that throw because that's into the wind.
Yeah, and he had a lot of time to throw, 3-4 seconds for sure. And Kreider got a hand on it even though he was double teamed.
Got to give credit to that Homestead offensive line for giving Kreider all that time in the pocket. Just out of the reach of Kreider, incomplete. It now is 3rd down and 13. Spartans at the 17.
Watch out for Skronik once again.
Here's a roll to the right, and he's looking for Skronik. Throw sideline, and they had a little confusion, I think. Skronik thought he had him beat deep and then turned it toward the sideline, and it ended up sailing over his head, incomplete. It'll be 4th down, and not the way Homestead wanted to start the second half. And you mentioned, Ryan, we've seen Homestead battle well early up to about the end of the first half and then struggle with maintaining that momentum. And that big play at the end of the first half on the interception that turned what could have been a tie game into a 10-point Snider lead at halftime, and Snider's extended it to 17. This one's starting to get away from Homestead as they go into punt formation. Kazai, a low line drive kick. Returnable, Hippenhammer at the 43, 40, far sideline, 35, 30, and finally knocked out of bounds near the 26. A low kick, 18-yard return on the 27-yard punt by Kazai, and the Panthers will begin this drive at Homestead's 26-yard line.
And this is what I like to call danger time. This is where Snider puts games out of reach early in the 3rd quarter. And what's really scary is they're starting to get the run game going, which is something we really haven't seen out of the Panthers because of all the wonderful wide receivers they have. But if they keep that run game going, it's really a dangerous team.
And it's from the right hash, and they emptied the backfield. There's no running back out there. And Stiebling, play action, throws. Turner got it at the 10, the 5, touchdown, Turner! They ran a delayed route almost, Ryan. Turner actually kind of delayed like it was a running play and then just sprinted down the seam, caught it in perfect stride, and he takes it home. 26 yards, touchdown. Stiebling to Turner, and the Panthers are opening it up. They lead at 37-14 with 7:59 remaining in the 3rd, and Paul Buseman comes on to add the extra point. Tough snap, handled well. And,
good hold.
Yeah, that was a good hold, and Buseman gets the kick up and through. Panthers leading it 38-14, 7:59 left in the 3rd quarter. This is the Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380.
When you're looking for a new home, seek the counsel of a friend who knows the housing market better than a running back knows touchdowns. Lee Prescott and Northeastern Group Realty can provide valuable information that is important to your family, like a detailed summary of area schools, nearby amenities, and market analysis. Call or text Lee Prescott at 260-385-9883 and let him score the home you've always wanted. Lee Prescott and Northeastern Group Realty, changing the way Northeastern Indiana views real estate with real knowledge, proven experience, and professional quality service.
this. We're back to the field, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
Well, after we were tied 14 apiece in the second quarter, it is now 38-14. Snider in front of the Homestead Spartans. 7:59 remains in the third quarter. Our studio engineer tonight, Bryce Vance. Ryan Dellinger sitting along my right shoulder, and the ball just fell off the tee, and everybody for Snider took off downfield, and they threw a flag. They threw a flag, but the ball fell off the tee as Morgan approached it.
A little Charlie Brown play there.
And that did look like a Charlie Brown play. When the ball fell off the tee, Morgan didn't kick it, but the entire coverage unit was heading down the field.
Are they going to move them back here and say they were already across the line before you went up there? I think they have. I don't know if they can do that.
I think they're going to wave the flag off and have him re-tee it up. Yeah, they're gonna let him re-kick it from the 40.
Yeah, they caught the officials off guard, caught all the players off guard. Here we go.
So Morgan will try it again and see if it stays on that tee. A little bit of a gusty breeze coming out of the north behind the backs of Snider here in the third quarter. Here's the kick.
Another deep one.
High kick, deep kick, and it's Skoranek at the 2. Up the middle of the field, 15. Bounces to the left, and that's all. Gang tackled near the 17-yard line, and maybe a little over-aggressive for the Snider Panthers. They'll draw a flag, and that'll be a personal foul as they had 5 or 6 on him. Dom Scott was one of them. We've seen him play defense. We've seen him in the backfield. That time he was on special teams. He was in that group of Panthers that had Skoranek and pushing him backwards. And finally what they did, they stopped the forward progress. The whistles blew, and then Snider just wouldn't stop until Skoranek was on the ground.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And I know Ben, he can talk with the best of them, and I'm sure he got up and said, thank you very much.
That's 15 yards. Appreciate it.
Yep. So they'll start at what, about their 37, 38-yard line?
Goes out to the 33 is where they're going to put it. Skoranek's return only out to the 18-yard line. So the 15 yards tacked on top. 1st and 10 Homestead at their own 33-yard line. Kazai will give to the running back, Durnell. He's hit near the line of scrimmage, but does move forward across the 35. They'll give him the 37
and there is
for a 4-yard gain.
There's a lot of talking going on between Ridley and Skoranek.
Now Skoranek comes to the right where he'll match up with Dom Slaughter, the Snider cornerback. Drew Kazai looks to his sideline where he gets the play signaled in. Kazai, a junior quarterback. He sets up 5 yards deep. He's got a back to his left side, a wing to the left of the formation. Man in motion right to left. Kazai will fake it, try to find a hole, and there isn't one. Snider comes in and puts Kazai down for a loss back around the 32.
Now we're starting to see those defensive ends now kind of getting in the backfield a lot, and Demarius Ridley came up that time with a good stop.
They'll put it at the 33-yard line, so they gained 3 on the first down carry, and Kazai just gave them back. So it is now 3rd down and 10 from the 33. Homestead was 3 and out, their first possession here in the second half. Here's Kazai dropping, looking, and throwing. Caught by Skoranek at the 46. He's into Snider territory at about the 48 or 49. Big play, and when you need a play desperately, find your star player, and that time Kazai did it. Found Skoranek for a big play and a first down.
And Skoranek's limping. I don't know if it's his back. Yeah, he's been over right here in front of us. He took a big shot there, and he is limping.
He'll be at the wide out right at the 49 or 48 of Snider. Drop in the pocket, throw over the middle, and too far out of the reach of Kreider, running a deep post route. Incomplete.
Yeah, I got a score update for you, Brett. Leo has taken the lead 21-17.
Homecoming in Leo. Belmont was up 17-7, I believe, at one point. So now the Lions in front.
But Belmont's on the roll. They're down to the 18 of Leo right now.
2 good defenses, and sounds like the offenses are winning the battle. Here's a drop. Kazai blitz comes, And it's a screen. It's the right play call in the situation, but he threw it too hard for Fitzharris. It's incomplete.
Yeah, went right over both defensive backs, too. You know, they've had really good play call. Homestead has. They just haven't executed here in the second half other than the good passes to Skoranek, and he's still limping. He's right in front of us. I think it's his knee.
Now he's going to move from the right side, and he starts to head to the left. Now he'll stop, and he'll set up actually as, I believe, a tight end to the right side of the formation as they go with a tight end, wing to the left, drop back now in the pocket, Kazai.
Really.
Dumps it off, Skoranek. He's on the far sideline at the 40, chased out of bounds at the 38.
I believe
10 yards on that play. That should be enough for a first down.
Yeah, that was Skoranek against Janori Brown there, the linebacker, and they know each other very well from summer ball.
A long look, and they will, well, they'll actually bring it back to about the 39.
Still a first
Well,
down.
they'll still give him a first down. Just inside the Panthers 39. The Spartans with the ball, trying to cut into a 38-14 Snider lead. Halfway through our third quarter. Kazai from the left hash has a man in motion left to right. Play action, drops in the pocket, and then he'll throw the screen to the motion man, Watson, and it's in front of Watson, incomplete.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they would have got out of that. The Panthers had good coverage, especially in the deep secondary, but Homestead still looks good on offense. You know, don't give up on the run just yet.
They are going into the win this quarter. 6:02 remaining in the third. The clock stopped after the incomplete pass. And the Homestead Spartans are facing second down and 10 just inside the Snider 39. Kazai gets the shotgun snap, hands to the running back, or did he keep it? He faked it and kept it. Followed the left side of the line. Kazai down close to the 35. Put it at the 36, where it's a 3-yard gain, and it's now third down and 7 in what you'd consider probably 4-down territory.
Absolutely, and you know, they haven't been able to get the ball downfield somewhat. You know, they don't have to get it all right here. Just get enough where you have a manageable fourth down.
Third down, 7, a long 7 from the Snider 36. Spartans ball, left hash, drop, Kazai, throw, and on the far sideline, ball's caught at the 25. Is that Kreider?
I believe it is.
Yeah, it's Kreider over there on the far sideline. Basically, he just went past the sticks and then turned to the sideline, and Kazai zipped it to him. First down for the Homestead Spartans at the Snider 25-yard line.
Yeah, they're back in rhythm again on offense.
And they're at their best when it's a very much a West Coast style, just short, controlled passes. There they dump one off, left flat. It's caught, and taking it down the sideline is Fitzharris, I believe, and won't be a big gain, but it's a positive gain. Move it down to the 22, where they pick up about 3.5 yards.
Yeah, he looked at Skoranek right there, and he saw Janori Brown come out there in coverage, and wisely went to his third option there on that little dump pass.
Ball's on the left hash, dropping Kazai, looking right the whole way, and dumps it off underneath to the short man, Watson. At the 20, near sideline, he gets inside the 15 to the 14. And I believe it's another first down for the Homestead Spartans at the Snider 14-yard line. It is, first down.
And here they are in the red zone once again.
Yeah, this is where they've made mistakes. A few times we've seen it. A big one in the first half, an interception that turned into a Snider field goal, giving the Panthers a 10-point lead at the half, and there's an encroachment against Snider. Before the play ever gets underway, Snider jumped in the neutral zone, 5 yards. That'll take it inside the 10 to the 9. First down and 5 for Homestead.
And that was Lawrence Johnson. He just tried to get an early jump there, and they caught him.
Sophomore. Played so well last week against Carroll, but that may be a sophomore mistake, trying to be a little too anxious to make a play and giving up 5 yards. Kazai from the right hash will give it to the running back, Durnell. He's inside the 5, looks for the end zone, and touchdown, Durnell, and Homestead scores. Breaks a run for the Snider Panthers of 24 straight. 4:43 remaining in the third quarter, 38-20. Big drive, big points by the Spartans, Ryan. They had to get something positive out of that drive, and now remember, in the fourth quarter, they'll get the wind at the back.
And, that play was really helped by Snider with that personal foul, taking him from the 18 up to the 33. So
yeah, that's big because Skoronek's return was to the 18. He got 15 for the late hit. So they started at the 33, went 67 yards. And a nice run by Durnell from the 9.
Are they going for 2?
Finishes it off, and I think they are. They're lined up like they want to go for 2. A lot of indecision. Now Kazai will go to line up quickly.
We better hurry
and
up.
Durnell gets into the formation. There's a snap. Looking, throwing, and it's knocked away, incomplete. Tried to dump it off short in the end zone to Watson, and good defense by the Panthers. So the point try, no good, 38-20. They were doing the math and figuring that if they could get it to 16, they might only have to score a couple of more touchdowns. That's a scoring drive presented by Best Deal Auto Sales. If you want to score on your next drive, be sure to get your car, truck, or SUV from any of the Best Deal Auto Sales locations. Best value, best financing, best deal at Best Deal Auto Sales. 38-20, Panthers leading it over the Spartans, and Homestead to kick off when we return to the Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380.
When an injury knocks you out of the game, call Parkview Sports Medicine. Whether you're an aspiring pro or a recreational athlete, our team of orthopedic surgeons, physical therapists, and athletic trainers will provide you with rapid access to comprehensive care and sport-specific rehabilitation. Parkview Sports Medicine will get you back to the action quickly and safely because the game just isn't the same without you. Call Parkview Sports Medicine today at 260-266-4007 and make our team of expert physicians your dream team. We'll get you back in the game.
Let's send it back to the field. Presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
Chase Scott does the kicking for Homestead. A squib kick taken by Money Woods near the 20 to 25 yard line, and he has a nice hole up the middle, and Money Woods does what Money Woods does. He just kind of shakes and bakes out to the 50. Nice return. Panthers will start right at midfield with a 38-20 lead. Come up after the game to the Coventry Pizza Hut. I'll be out there with Dean Jackson. We'll have scores. We'll talk to coaches and take your input on tonight's high school football action. It's all part of the Indiana Physical Therapy post-game show live at Pizza Hut at Coventry. After the game tonight up until 11 o'clock here on ESPN Radio 1380. Isaac Stiebling, the senior quarterback, lines up with the Panthers at midfield. They'll go with an I formation. They've got a fullback in front of the tailback, and it's a give to Woods or to Scott. He's got a nice hole right side, and he goes for big yardage. He'll take it all the way to the 26-yard line, 24 yards on the first play of the drive for the Snider Panthers. Dominic Scott with the carry.
Snider establishing the run very well in the third quarter.
Ball's on the right hash at the 26 of Homestead. Snider lines up at power I formation again, and it's Dominic Scott right up the middle. This time he doesn't find much of a hole. He might get inside the 25 to the 24, but not much more. Well, they'll give him the 23. Boy, the generous spots on some of these, but it'll be second down after the 3-yard gain. Second down and 7. Ball stays on the right hash. And again, Snider puts the fullback in. I think it's DeAndrew Stroud. Here's a play-action pass. Caught on the left flat by Hippenhammer. He spins his way inside the 20 down close to the 15. That'll be a first down.
You know, one thing, when you watch the Snider wide receivers catch the ball, they never go backwards.
Yeah.
You know, they're always going forward. Like Larry Fitzgerald never goes backwards in the NFL, and that's how these guys are. And they're taking Bramley out of the game.
Well, they pull out Bramley. They've got tied in with an I formation. Give to Dominic Scott. Nice little dance inside the 10. Inside the 5, Dominic Scott will take it for a touchdown. 15 yards, Dominic Scott, and the Panthers 44-20 with 3:42 remaining in the third.
Wow, less than a minute, they're back in the end zone.
I think Dominic Scott's learned some moves from Money Woods, the way he shifted left and right.
We got
an injured player. down for the Homestead Spartans. Looks like number 72, if my eyes aren't cheating me, and that's...
No, it's 32.
It's 32.
Norquist.
Oh, it is 32. Yeah, and you know what? Norquist, a good linebacker for these Homestead Spartans. They've got the camouflage jerseys on tonight. And Carroll now leading it over Lures 22-12 as Norquist gets up and will be assisted. He'll get on his own power and get over to the Homestead sideline. I think looks like, at least from this vantage point, Norquist will be okay. But, wow, what moves by Dominic Scott, taking it in from 15 yards, and now the Panthers in front, 44-20, still 3:42 remaining in the third.
Man, their running backs are just unbelievable in open space.
Buseman will try the extra point. The snap is good. It's set, and that one's blocked, but I think, someone might have jumped a little too quick for Homestead because he came off that edge and got there quickly. That was Taj Curry. It's going to be a penalty, half the distance, and then they'll get a chance to re-kick this. Of course, a scoring drive, another scoring drive presented by Best Deal Auto Sales. Remember, if you want to score on your next drive, get that car, truck, or SUV from any of the Best Deal Auto Sales locations. Best value, best financing, best deal at Best Deal Auto Sales. So Snider will line up. Now, I suppose they could decline the penalty, and I think they might have, so they can just stay right where they're at and kick it again. Paul Buseman will try to tack on the extra point. Give Snider a 25-point lead. The kick is up, and it is good. And Snider leads at 45-20. 3:42 remaining, third quarter. This is the Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380.
When the time comes to choose a physical therapist, choose Mallory's in Switzerland. After surgery, a sports-related injury, an accident, or for the rehabilitation from a medical condition. If you need physical therapy, tell your doctor your choice is Mallory's in Switzerland. They address the problem, not just the symptoms. From issues like neck and back pain to workers' comp, they fully understand the importance of the proper recovery and rehabilitation of sports-related injuries. Mallory's in Switzerland Orthopedic Physical Therapy. Your choice for results. Get more info by visiting msoptherapy.com.
It's high school football, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
Back at Dave Boulder Stadium at Homestead High School, I'm Brett Rubb with Ryan Dellinger, Bryce Vance, our studio engineer, and the Homestead Spartans find themselves trailing 45-20 here on their home field, wearing the camouflage uniforms, and the Snider Panthers, it seems like they just score every time they get the ball. Here's the kick by Morgan, a deep kick at the 5. It's taken by Kreider. He's going to try to cross from left to right, and he does have a wall. The 20-25. Skoranek, the lead blocker, as Kreider will step out of bounds at the 34-yard line. That's about a 32-yard return, or 31-yard return for Kreider. Nice return, and Homestead starts at their own 34. Down 45-20 with 3:33 remaining in the third quarter.
See if they can get that rhythm going back that they had on offense. Stay in the hurry up. They did well last time with that, and just keep hitting those quick plays.
So it's the 34. Ball on the right hash. A wing to the right of the formation. Give to the running back, Durnell. He'll stop and then cut up field behind his right tackle. Looked like the play was designed to go wide, and Durnell saw a hole up the middle, takes it out to the 38-yard line.
He just cut behind his blockers right that time, didn't he? That was a very good move by that running back.
4-yard gain, second down 6. Homestead at their own 38-yard line with Drew Kazai at quarterback. Kazai, a junior, 6'1", 180 pounds. He's got Landon Durnell, the lone back, to his left. In motion, Fitzharris across the formation. Play action, drop. He'll throw to Fitzharris, and it was off his hands. And then it falls incomplete. Janari Brown on the coverage. Had Fitzharris lined up, and nobody could take advantage of that ball deflecting off Fitzharris' hands and do anything with it.
Yeah, he was lined up to crush that guy when the ball, he probably could have. If he catches that, he's gone.
Yeah.
Nobody around.
And he almost had one in the first half. Janari Brown, an interception late in the first half that led to a Snider field goal. He almost could have had another. From the right hash, 3rd down, 6. Drop in the pocket. Kazai dumps it short to a crossing route. That's Watson, who catches it at the 39 and then comes near sideline. Bounced out of bounds close to the 45, and I think that will be a first down.
Yeah, they're motioning.
Yep, they're moving the chains. They had to get it past the 44, and they got almost to the 45. First down, Homestead, 2:45 remaining, 3rd quarter. They trail 45-20. Trip receivers to the left, wide side of the field, and they'll throw left on the bubble screen. Wide receiver reaches, and it's too low. Kreider had it bounce off his hands, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, I like their short, quick passing game. It's a lot like Snider's in a lot of ways, you know, and it works very well when it's on rhythm, and they've really not got much pressure on Kazai here in the second half, basically just going with 3 rushers the entire time.
Ball's on the right hash, 2nd down 10, just shy of their own 45. Spartans with the ball, and it's quarterback draw. Kazai looks for a hole up the middle. He's into Panther territory, and he takes it inside the 45 to the 43. That's 13 yards. Nice little scamper up the middle for Kazai. First down, Homestead at the Snider 43.
Yeah, Homestead ran everybody right over the middle and then straight down the middle, pulled everybody out of there. And Kazai, that was a design run by Homestead for their quarterback.
Drew Kazai, the junior quarterback, with Landon Durnell in the backfield. A slot each side, and from the pocket, Kazai looks to throw, looks. Now he's going to have to scramble. Runs to the left and then bounces outside and out of bounds near the 45. I think he'll lose a couple of yards. So Snider will get credited with a sack. Lawrence Johnson was chasing him, the sophomore defensive lineman.
Yeah, he's been running all over the place in this game. You know, last week watching McDowell and Johnson play, it just makes you wonder in 2 more years what kind of beasts they're going to be. You're going to have a special offensive line just to stop those two.
2nd down 12 at the Panthers 45. Spartans the ball. Down 45-20. Drop, Kazai throw, and a seam route off the hands of the intended receiver, Austin Kreider, and incomplete near the 31-yard line.
He kind of threw that to his backside there, where he had to turn around her because he knew he was going to get hit by the safety in the middle of the field.
Kreider did kind of pat his chest like he thought he should have had that one, even though it was a little behind him, but brings up a 3rd down and 12 for Homestead, probably in 4-down territory. They're at the Panther 45. 2:09 remaining in the 3rd, and Homestead's down 45-20. Kazai, and again a quarterback draw, 40. And he tries to cut to the far sideline, lost his footing, and goes down just inside the 37. He'll be short of the first down, and I think if he didn't slip, he would have gotten it.
Yeah, because he's still short about 4 yards. The turf monster got him right there. Those white lines, you got to watch out for him at times.
So Kazai will line up the offense on 4th down and 4. Spartans need to get to the 33. They're at the 37. Quick drop throw, slant. Skoranek at the 35. He dives to the 34 or the 29. Got to get the yard marks right. It's the 29 down there, and that'll be enough for a first down.
Yeah, that just simple slant play again where he gets inside leverage on the defensive backs, and it's just in front of the linebacker that's out there, Janori Brown. You know, that's when he jumped earlier and almost returned it for a touchdown.
First down, Homestead. They convert on that 4th down, and now it'll be a fake sweep. Keeper for Kazai, not much there. He takes it to the 27. Picking up a couple of yards, 2nd down and 8. Clock will continue to run. Down to about a minute left here in the 3rd quarter. And Snider's up by 25 points.
Yeah, you would think maybe Homestead might take a shot deep here.
They've got Skoranek wide to the right against a short corner. Drop Kazai. Here comes the rush. Blindsided. That was Demarius Ridley who hit the back of Kazai just as he unloaded. The ball incomplete. I don't even think it got past the lineman as Ridley blasted Kazai from behind.
Yeah, they hit one of his running backs. I think they were trying to set up a draw or I'm sorry, a screenplay right there, and the blitz caught him off guard. In fact, the two big guys, McDowell and Johnson, were almost there to pick it off.
3rd down and 8. At the 27. From the left hash, a look to the right. Pump fake, and it's Skoranek on the crossing route. Did he catch it? It got pulled away. And what are they going to call?
They called it.
They called it
Ground.
complete.
Yes.
So it's a complete pass. Skoranek was down, and it's going to be 4th down from the 22.
And that time Snider saw that play coming and tried to jump it again.
They need the 19, so it's 4th down and 3. They just converted on a 4th down moments ago. Roll to the right. Here comes the blitz. The throw deflected, and it's incomplete. Janari Brown and Demarius Ridley both got pressure on Kezai, and it was deflected near the line of scrimmage, incomplete, and Snider takes over the football with 22.8 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Well, that's what you call the old jailhouse blitz right there. They sent everybody on that play.
And the key, though, was that Brown and Ridley both came from Kezai's blind side and virtually unblocked. And that's one of the things when you have 4 wideouts. If you don't get rid of the ball quickly with 4 wideouts, you don't have that extra interior lineman to provide any kind of pass protection. Now Snider lining up, and we've got what? Someone.
It's the chain.
The chain broke.
Having an issue.
Yeah, the chain couldn't get stretched out, so they'll get that taken care of on the near sideline. 1st and 10 Snider from their own 22-yard line. And Stiebling will fake it and keep it up the middle across the 30, near the 35, taken down, and that's secondary taking him down. I think Wells made the tackle, but Stiebling with a 1st down out to the 36, picking up 14 yards. Might be the last play of the quarter. We'll see if Snider's in a hurry to run anything. They don't have to. 10 seconds, the clock's running. And we'll go to the end of the 3rd quarter. The Panthers are leading at 45-20 over the Homestead Spartans. It's the Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380.
This broadcast is brought to you by Partners First Credit Union. See them for mortgages, home equity loans, great rates on auto loans, and multiple options for your checking and savings accounts. At Partners First, they'll call you by name because you're not just a customer, you're a member. Visit partnersfirstcu.org for more information or stop in any of the local Partners First branch offices. Partners First Federal Credit Union, supporting the community as the presenting sponsor of high school football on ESPN 1380.
For 16 years, Northeast Indiana finds the best deals on quality previously owned vehicles at Best Deal Auto Sales. Reliable vehicles offered at or below wholesale prices. The selection is great and the deals are even better at any of the Best Deal Auto Sales for Northeast Indiana locations. Best value, best financing, best deal at Best Deal Auto Sales. Best Deal Auto Sales. BestDealAutoSalesOnline.com.
It's high school football presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
4th quarter begins. Snider the football to 36. Handoff goes to Scott, and he's dragging tacklers all the way out to midfield, picking up 14, call it 15 yards to the Homestead 49.
I'm going to give you 2 quick scoring updates. We've got Belmont now leading 24-21 over Leo, and Austin Mack scores again. Now it's 22-19 Carroll late in the 3rd.
Here we just start the 4th, and the Panthers leading at 45-20 over the Homestead Spartans. Got the cheering section for Homestead. Shirtless tonight. I don't know if they're making a point to the Snider student section, but here's a throw on a little hitch route 5 yards down to Bramley, but he missed it. Had it knocked away by Taj Curry, who's been matched up man-to-man with Bramley much of the night. Of course, Taj Curry, one of the keys to that Homestead Spartans basketball team that won state. First time that Fort Wayne's had a team do that since Walter Jordan and the Northrop Bruins back in 1974, at least in the largest class, I should say.
and that was a legit team last year. How many times we call their games? When you're big, fast, long.
Two guys, 6'9", 6'8", 6'9". You've got, Jordan Geist, a true quick point guard.
Yep.
Shooters. Teddy Ray could shoot it. I mean,
Taj Curry could shoot it.
And, maybe one of the heroes is Ben Skoranek.
Yes.
Who's also out here because he had a couple of
big rebounds,
instrumental turnovers and forcing turnovers and rebounds. Handoff after a 5-yard penalty against Snider. Scott up the middle. He's got a hole, and he's into Homestead territory at the 40-yard line. And just like that, you've got at the 39 where it is a 14-yard gain. Correction, 16-yard gain. 16-yard pickup, Dominic Scott. Panthers get a first down. They're at the 39 of Homestead. Isaac Stiebling at quarterback. Slot is Turner to the right. And there's flags and whistles on the snap, and I think we'll have a false start called against the Snider Panthers.
And that would be on the freshman playing tight end. Simon Dellinger moved a little bit early. He's getting a little bit anxious.
Yeah, I think
there.
his dad will need to have a talk with him tonight.
Well, I know his brother is right now.
Yeah, his brother's right next to him at tackle.
So
yeah, they've lined them up together.
So you're going to go 6'7" and about 6'5" on that side again. No breaks when you get big guys out there from the Panthers.
And look at the size of these guys. A freshman out there tight end, and trying to see just what I know you've probably put him on the scale. A 6'5", 210-pound freshman at the tight end. Handoff up the middle. Scott breaks away from one. The 40, 35, bounces outside 30, 25, 20, and finally knocked out of bounds as he gets inside the 15. What a run by Dominic Scott. That's a huge gain for the Snider running back, and it doesn't matter if you've got Dominic Scott or Money Woods in the backfield. They both can break big plays.
How long was that run?
I'm trying to count the number. It was out here near midfield somewhere.
A 30-yard run, so he has 88 yards now, and Money Woods has 99.
Yeah, at the 12-yard line, it's 1st and 10, Snider. Trying to build on a 45-20 lead. Bad handoff. It bounced off the hands of Scott, but bounced right back up to him.
Maybe that's a product of the turf.
Yeah, that's one of the advantages of playing on the artificial surface is it took a true bounce and came right back up to Dominic Scott, but Stiebling handed it to him up near the shoulder pads. You could see it was a bad handoff. I don't know if Stiebling had trouble handling the football, but Snider avoids the turnover. They do lose a couple of yards, back to about the 14. Play action, roll to the right, Stiebling finds a receiver in the flat. Stroud in the 5, touchdown! Snider's DeAndrew Stroud takes it in. Looks a little a la Alec Roy.
Yes.
We saw that play for a couple of years from Snider, slipping the fullback out into the flat and dumping it off. That time it was to DeAndrew Stroud, and he takes it in from 14 yards. Snider with a 51-20 lead, extra point attempt for Paul Buseman. The snap, the set, the kick, and it is good. Another scoring drive presented by Best Deal Auto Sales. If you want to score on your next drive, be sure you get a car, truck, or SUV at any of the Best Deal Auto Sales locations. Best value, best service, best financing, best deals at Best Deal Auto Sales. Snider leads at 52-20, 10 minutes left. It is the high school football game of the week presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
For 16 years, Northeast Indiana finds the best deals on quality previously owned vehicles at Best Deal Auto Sales. Reliable vehicles offered at or below wholesale prices. The selection is great and the deals are even better at any of the Best Deal Auto Sales 4 Northeast Indiana locations. Best value, best financing, best deal at Best Deal Auto Sales.
Best Deal Auto Sales.
BestDealAutoSalesOnline.com.
Now back to high school football, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
Snider had their streak of 50-plus point games broken last week by the Carroll Chargers in a 21-7 win, but they're back on track here against Homestead, now leading at 52-20 as the kickoff returned by Ben Skoranek out to the 25, and Dominic Scott, who's pancaked Skoranek, put him down to the turf.
So it's late in the game with Belmont. They take over the ball with 1:39 to go, leading 24-21. Did you pick that upset tonight?
No, I did not. I had Leo. I was drinking the Kool-Aid for the Leo Lions. Very impressed after the last couple of weeks with Leo knocking off New Haven and East Noble, who I both thought were very good teams. But Larry Getz has now, if he holds on, will have won his 5th straight game for Belmont. They're only lost to an unbeaten Adams Central team. Hand off to the running back, right up the middle. Durnell is hit and knocked down, and actually I think they've made a change at running back, Ryan.
They look like number...
It's Jordan Presley, the freshman, who's come into the backfield. And Presley, a very highly regarded freshman for the Homestead Spartans.
Yeah, and Homestead passing 125 yards so far. Rushing for 125 and passing for 215 thus far.
After the 2-yard gain, again Presley. And look at him burst through that hole on the right side across the 35 to the 36. And Presley, after gaining only 2 in the first down play, will take that one to the 37 and pick up about 8 yards first down.
Interesting. The Panthers still have their starting defense out there. All of them.
Leading 52-20. Clock approaching, 9 minutes left in the game. Drew Kazai, the quarterback. Give to the running back, Presley. Looks for a hole up the middle. Has to put down the pads and pound into that line. Take it out to the 41. He'll gain about 4 yards, maybe 5. Second down for the Homestead Spartans. Homestead jumped out and had a 14-7 lead at one point. Snider then reeled off 31 straight points. Take a 38-14 lead, and they've maintained a comfortable margin since. Again, a running play for Presley, and he'll get it to the 44, a 3-yard gain, third down, and about 2.5 to go. Presley, a freshman running back, joining Drew Kazai in the backfield. The rest of the offense, the guys who started the game, got Kreider wide to the left. Skoranek's tucked in now to a tight end position. This time it'll be Presley on the sweep and caught in the backfield. Had the feet taken out from under him. Good defense by Snider. And is that Brailsford?
Yeah,
well, what a play by Drew Brailsford to get in that backfield and almost chase down Presley from behind. Take him down for a loss back at the 42.
And now they're in fourth down here.
They have to get to the 47, so it's 4th down and 5. Shotgun for Kazai. And Hippenhammer went out there, and then he runs back, and Kazai punts it, and I think there were too many men on the field for Snider. And that'll be interesting. It was 4th and 5, and Snider had too many people on the field.
This will be a close one.
You know what happened is Isaiah Knight Narasan, I don't think he was supposed to be out there because Hippenhammer ran out to go back and return the punt. And right now, Isaiah Knight Narasan, a senior, is getting
lectured?
I guess that would be a nice way of putting it. Here on the sideline, and that's going to be a 5-yard penalty, and it's going to be very close to a first down.
Well, they haven't measured one. They just basically walk up and go, yeah, that's close enough. It's a first down.
Yeah, we'll see what they decide here when they march off the 5 yards. You'd have to think that Homestead will have to go for it at this situation. It's 52-20 with 7:18 remaining.
I'm shocked they punted.
And let's see. Well, eventually they'll step off the penalty. Too many men on the field is for the penalty call against Snider. And it's a first down. First down. So Homestead gets to keep the possession. And actually, I was thinking the 5-yard penalty, but it's a 15-yard march-off.
Must have been an unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they called. I thought it was too many men on the field. But they marched it off all the way to the 43 of Snider. 1st and 10, Homestead. They'll put Kreider wide to the left. In the slot left is Watson. Again, Skoranek, the tight end, to the right. Here's a drop in the pocket for Kazai. Lobs it down the sideline. It's caught at the 15, the 10, 5. Touchdown! Homestead Spartans. Connor Fitzharris on a fly route down the right sideline. Perfectly thrown ball for Kazai. Caught Fitzharris in stride. Touchdown, Spartans. (52-26). 7-11 left in the game. On to try the extra point. It's going to be Nepper. Noah Nepper, the sophomore place kicker, will try to add the extra point. Another scoring drive presented by Best Deal Auto Sales. Don't forget, if you want to score on your next drive, you want to get that car, truck, or SUV from any of the Best Deal Auto Sales locations. The extra point is up and good with 7 minutes, 11 seconds remaining. It's now the Snider Panthers 52 and the Homestead Spartans 27. This is the Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380.
The Snider High School Athletic Booster Club is a nonprofit organization run by parents and volunteers to support all IHSAA sports at Snider High School by promoting spirit, raising funds, and providing volunteers. Their funds are raised through membership, spirit wear, concessions, and fundraising. All Booster Club proceeds are dispersed exclusively to the Snider High School Athletic Department. They would like to thank their members and business partners, Canterbury Green Golf Course, All Brights Meats, Jack Laurie Flooring, Subway, and Trelleborg Ceiling Solutions for their continued commitment to the Snider Athletic Boosters.
Welcome to Friday Night Football, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380.
Welcome back to Homestead High School with Ryan Dellinger, who I've got to settle down when they play a little funky town. I got to get him back in his seat here and stop him from dancing all over the press box. But it is 52-27. Yeah, we're going to have to call the ambulance. I know how it works. I know how it works.
For you, Brett.
I know how that works. 52-27. Panthers lead, and they'll receive the kickoff. And they were expecting an onside kick, and so Money Woods went back and took it somewhere inside the 5, and now up the middle of the field. Here goes Money Woods, slipping away from tacklers, the 45, and out near the 49. Wow, what an electric player. Money Woods. They'll give him the 48, but he had to go sprint back to go get it inside the 5. His momentum heading the opposite way. He got turned around and then split the defense up the middle of the field and just kept breaking away from Spartans for a big return.
Yeah, I thought he was gone when he went right back up the middle because they over-pursued, and he was going right at the middle. Now Snider's going to put in, looks like maybe Hippenhammer at quarterback.
I think they are going to give Mac Hippenhammer a shot at quarterback, as the Panthers lead at 52-27, 7:01 left. And the give goes to the tailback. That'll be Covington. Taking it behind the left side of the line into Homestead territory at the 49. Picking up 3 yards, 2nd down and 7. Substitutions, you're going to see a number of the clean jerseys in here late for the Snider Panthers. Panthers are going to improve to 6-0.
And how many undefeateds did we have going into the night?
Yeah, we lost one along the way this evening. Of course, we'll have the stories and the scores for you on the postgame show from the Pizza Hut at Coventry after the game. Hand off again, Covington tries to take it to the left side, and he actually loses a half yard. Ball sit right on the midfield stripe. It'll be 3rd down and 8. Just checking the schedules for both these teams. Next week, Snider will take on Northside, team with a lot of size and athleticism, and they're beating Northrop tonight. That'll be on the road at Northside, and then they come home to take on Bishop Dwenger in 2 weeks. That would basically, the next 2 weeks will decide the conference. Roll to the right for Hippenhammer on 3rd down and 9. The blitz comes but misses. Now Hippenhammer goes from right to left. He cuts up the middle of the field. Inside the 45, he's taken down near the 41. And that will be a first down.
I think that was number 4,
He
Zach
needed
Scholes.
He needed 8. He got 9. Well, no, wait. No, you know what they did? They moved it back to the 43. So apparently he slid to the 41. They put it at the 43-yard line where it'll be short. It'll be a 4th down and about a yard to go. And I think they might go for it. They will. They'll line up at least to go for it. Hippenhammer's at quarterback. They've got Stroud and Covington in the backfield. And it'll be a give to Covington. First down inside the 40, close to the 36.
Wow, what a good-looking running back Covington is.
Covington picks up 6 yards. Of course, Covington came into the night 22 carries, 98 yards on the year, averaging about 4.5 per carry. And now he'll be replaced. And we'll see yet another Snider running back. This one looks like number 30.
Yeah, number 30.
And that's Darius Morgan, who's a 5'8", 185-pound sophomore.
So they're going to get younger.
Always. Got to show the youth here late. 4.5 minutes to go. 52-27 Snider. And Morgan will get the handoff. He follows the right side of the line inside the 35, spinning close to the 33. That'll be a 3-yard gain. 2nd down and 7. And again, more substitutions for the Snider Panthers.
And Morgan followed Big Jackson Reed that time for about a 2-yard gain there. So Snider just chewing up the clock here late.
Yeah, they only give him the 34, so a 2-yard pickup. 2nd down and 8, Snider. Again, a quarterback, Mac Hippenhammer. He is expected to be perhaps the quarterback for next year. Play action, throws in the flat. Stroud will catch it at the 30 and get it to the 28.
A good pass.
Just kind of babied it out there for the big fullback Stroud, who already has caught one from Steveling for a touchdown. That time he takes it to the 28 where it's 3rd down and about a yard and a half, maybe 2. Ball's on the left hash for the Snider Panthers. Clock winding down. We're down near 3 minutes. Mac Hippenhammer at quarterback for Snider, with the Panthers leading at 52-27. He will give to the tailback, Morgan. Looks for a hole up the middle. Second effort got him to the 25, and I think the second effort is what gets him a first down.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're Homestead, where do you go from here? You just keep, I mean, you got to get healthy for sectionals. You know, I know winning the conference crown is a huge thing, but being healthy, that first game of sectionals is one of the most important things you can do during the season.
Well, Garrett holds on and had to come from behind to defeat West Noble, 37-20. Handoff, running back. That's Covington this time. He's come back in, and he'll take it down to about the 20-yard line.
Justin Kopke is now in at quarterback for the Panthers.
And trying to see how that will be about a 4-yard gain, maybe 5 yards for Covington.
I know we really haven't seen this. Right here in front of us is David Knockason, a sophomore or junior. He's a lot like Money Woods, very exciting when he gets the ball.
2.5 left to play. Handoff Covington up the middle. Covington, a nice blast inside the 15. He's down to the 11. Another first down for the Snider Panthers. They just keep putting new faces out there, and they keep doing things the Snider way. They have moved down the field, and they'll put the ball at the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 Panthers. And they can get a first down without a touchdown. Kopke drops and gives to the tailback. I think that's Covington back in there. He'll go down at the 10 after a 1-yard gain. And no, that was Morgan this time.
Yeah, they sneaked him in there on
you. Yeah, they keep changing because they're sending in plays. You know, with Stiebling, they signal it in. But now they're actually sending players in with the play from the sideline. Probably more the JV way of doing things because we're seeing a lot of the players that play JV ball for Snider getting some opportunities here in the last minute 40 seconds. Kopke under center to the tailback. Morgan tries to bounce it outside, take it down for a loss, and that's a good defensive play by Carson Cox of the Homestead Spartans to take down Morgan for a loss back at the 12.
Yeah, if he just would have been patient there and just stayed behind his line and maybe gone inside, he might have had a touchdown right there. There was nobody inside, but he elected to go out.
3rd down 11 from the 12-yard line, 1 minute, 10 seconds. Kopke under center, the I formation. Stroud in front of Morgan, and there was movement, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty against Snider.
Pretty sure that was both guards on that play stood up early.
And you know how much these backups would love to be able to punch it in here, and they're probably looking at the clock thinking we've only got 1 or maybe 2 more plays.
Right, D'Angelo Stroud may not remember anything about the season other than he scored tonight.
He got that little pass out in the flat, took it in. Ryan Dellinger will give you a recap of the scoring here when we get done, and then we're heading to the Coventry Pizza Hut. Handoff Morgan up the middle. Weaves his way inside the 15 to about the 12. And now we've got 45 seconds on the game clock. It's 4th down. I think that Snider will just have to, they can't take a knee because the clock will stop. So let's see what they end up doing. They will go for it. 4th down, 11 from the 12. They can get a first down if they get inside the 1. Under center, Kopke, and there was motion again. Somebody started early. Well, you know, Coach Tippmann doesn't want to kick the field goal because it's meaningless points. You don't do that. That's just poor sportsmanship. So for those wondering why they aren't kicking the field goal here, the game's over, 52-27, at least over figuratively. 20.7 seconds still to play.
And the crazy thing is they don't even have to run a play here.
I think they will because the clock's winding out, and you're right, Ryan. They don't have to run a play, and they will anyway. They'll give it to the running back, Morgan. Bounces it wide right. There's no hole. He's chased down, taken down at the 15, and actually fumbled the football. And here comes a return the other way for Homestead. Finally tackled as he crossed midfield, but that exchange allowed the clock to run out, and that'll be the way the game ends. Snider Panthers, second-ranked team in Class 5A, remain unbeaten. They are now 6-0 on top of the Summit Athletic Conference with a 52-27 come-from-behind win over the Homestead Spartans. Ryan Dellinger has your recap here next. I'm off to the Coventry Pizza Hut, where we'll see you with the Indiana Physical Therapy postgame show coming up here in moments. This is the Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380.